You can't tell me that this wig is not completely gorgeous right out the pack. If you're interested in Dion, the new Outre wig, do not miss my review. And as you just saw, I'm kind of excited about this wig. Again, her name is Dion. She's from Outre, and I have her in the color DRFF Red Velvet. This is what the wig looks like. I have already cut the lace off and I plucked her, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of that plucking in just a second. But she is 20 inches and I just think she's beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my head. Okay, first I have her on in the middle, which is how she came. And as you saw in the first part of the video, she's gorgeous, even with the lace on. Look at this wig. This is so pretty. This is really so pretty. I love the swoop bang on both sides. And the hair is a little bit different in the front than it is in the back. I'm going to show you the back. There's the back. And it's more like a bedhead kind of wave in the back. But on the sides, it's swooping like barrel curls. So to me also, the texture is a little bit different where the barrel curls are as opposed to where the straight part is. This wavy straight part is more silky than this part where you have the swoop bang. And I think that may be intentional because on the care card, it looks like they intentionally did it that way, which I think is fine. I'm gonna put a little bit of my Bobos Remy in here because she's getting a tad bit tangly. And you guys know I like to use this and just let it sit for a minute. So we're gonna talk about her as a right part. I mean a middle part. I'm excited. Yeah, as a middle part, she reminds me of two wigs. Outre Kamiyah, and she also reminds me of Valentino. And that's because of the fact that she's got this going on. And this was really the signature for Valentino, and Kamiyah also had something similar. I'm gonna brush her a little bit so that I can get some control over it a little bit now that I have put my Bobos Remy in. Yep. Okay. She's coming through pretty good with my Bobos Remy. So, yeah, I am not gonna glue her down because I think I'm gonna put her to the side. So she looks good, and she doesn't have to have baby hair. She looks good without baby hair. She's a little bit long on both sides, so you might wanna cut her over your ear. I'm not gonna cut her over my ear because I don't know whether I'm keeping this wig or whether you guys might be the lucky receivers of her in terms of purchasing her. But she's nice and full. She's a light yaki texture, again, like I said, mostly here and mostly silky in the back. I am going to shift her. She's 20 inches, I think I told you that. I'm gonna shift her so that you can see what she looks like on the side. So if I can just get this thing to go to the side pretty decently. Let's see here. Okay. Now isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous on the side? And with her being on the side like this, you would have to glue her down probably just to here, because this is not going to glue all the way down on your face like that. I mean, you don't want to glue that all the way down on your face like that. But, and this side, of course, you definitely have to cut it even more if you decided you wanted to keep it like a left side or right side part, so that you could cut that off and not have that showing if you decide to wear her out. So yeah, but I love her on the side. I love her as a side part. I love these swoops. And I love this color. I've had this color once before, actually twice before. I had this color in Davida in a DRFF Red Velvet, and also had DRFF Red Velvet in Aurora. Yeah, Aurora. Yeah. So yeah, so she is gorgeous. She's gorgeous. She, again, the 20 inches really isn't that bad to me. And usually I'm not great with really long wigs, but let me show you what the length looks in the front too. So you can see in the front, she's just passing my WIGS layers. The movement. Yes, it is a movement. Yes, so I like her. I really think she's pretty. She's not too bad in terms of shedding either. The only reason that she shed a little bit for me was because I had cut the lace, and of course I plucked her a little bit in the front, so she's not really a shedder. So there's not really a whole lot else that I need to tell you about her. Again, like I said, she's a combination of silky and yaki. She's medium head friendly. I wouldn't say she was big head friendly because I have a 22-inch head and I've got hair back here, you guys know. But I'm loving the way the swoop is working on this wig. I'm loving the combination of the bedhead kind of, you know, loose wave and the barrel curl in the front. I think Outre did a bang up job with this wig, so we can give them a hand on this one. Yeah. So again, I want to thank them also for sending me this unit. And I want to thank you guys for watching because you have been so supportive to me over the years. And we are coming up on 5,000. Not quite yet, but we're coming up on 5,000. And so I'm looking forward to doing a nice big giveaway when we get to that point. I am probably 200 people away from that. So if you guys could help out, that would be awesome. So thank you again for watching. If you were interested in Dion, again, this is a picture of her here. I will put the information down in the description section. She is probably not at retailers yet, but she should be soon. In the meantime, you can go check out the other Outre wigs that are dropping now. You'll see some other reviews around for those. But yeah, this one, I'm feeling this one. This is really nice. And I look forward to seeing people do it in different colors because it also comes in two more of my favorite colors, which is the DR Chocolate Swirl and the DRFF Chocolate Toffee. And then it also comes in a DRFF Buttered Toast, which I think is really, really pretty. Plus it comes in a DRFF2 Ginger Brown, a DRFF Golden Amber, and a DR4 Sandy Blonde. So again, go and check her out. Tell me what you guys think of her. If you decide to get her, what color did you get? And tell me if you like her as much as I like her. Today we're going to do something a little different. I am wearing the Outre Divine wig, and I have her in the color DRFF Golden Coral. The color the model was wearing is a mahogany color, but I have the golden coral, which is the picture in the middle. What's going to be different about this review is that, as you guys know, I don't always lay my wigs down, and I'm not really crazy about the whole process. But I was watching my girl Weezy Wig Reviews do it, and I picked up a couple things that I wanted to share with you. I don't think she came out and actually said these things, but this is what I surmised by watching her. When I'm laying the wig down, of course, I use the bedhead hard head so that I'm not using like a really hard glue because it's hard to get off my skin. And there were a couple of issues that I have along the way, even with the bedhead hard head. So let's take a look at the process and then we can talk about it on the other side. Okay, ladies, I know I look bent, but we're doing an experiment. Okay, so I'm gonna put my cap on and throw my braids up underneath here. And we're gonna try this method to see if it actually works. Now, I already cut the lace off because there's two ways to do this. Some people will have the lace on and then spray on top, and some people cut the lace off. And so I'm not gonna, usually I just spray once and then pull it on, but I'm not gonna do it that way this time. Here's a wig. Here's a wig. I'm just gonna, and it has an elastic strap. It has a strap, so I think I'm gonna try that first and see if that's gonna keep this thing laid down. Let's try that first. And see if it's too tight. Okay, that feels fine because my hair is laid down. So, okay. So I got the wig on. So I'm gonna put it where I want it. Okay, and the lace looks good right now, but we'll see. Like I said, I've already cut it off. So I'm gonna move this wig over to fit where this lace is laid down. Okay, so now I'm just gonna brush it back a little bit. You guys can see. I'm just gonna brush it back a little bit. And then I'm gonna take these things and hold it back. So put these in and try to hold it back as much as possible, because I'm gonna glue it down probably on this side and the top. I might not, no, I think I'll glue this side. Yeah, I'm gonna glue this side and the top, because since this is gonna have that swoop bang, I'm probably not gonna bother with this side, but I'm gonna put this back here anyway, just for GP. Okay, so we're gonna concentrate on this, just the front and the side. So let me brush this a little bit. And I'm gonna try to just go ahead and put this behind my ear to help me keep it still. And I'm gonna put this in here. Yeah, so that ought to do it. That ought to do it. Okay, so here we go. So what we're going to attempt to do is we're going to attempt to glue this down with the bedhead hardhead and use the method that Weezy showed me with the rat tail comb. Okay, so I've got some flyaways, and it gets on my nerves, so I'm just going to do this real quick with the wax stick just to get the flyaways out of my way, because they're just getting on my nerves right now. Okay, and I hope this wax doesn't like mess me up, so I'm not going to put it down low. This thing is shedding a little bit, by the way, just so you guys know. So, okay, so now that I've pretty much taken care of that, and you guys know I have fine hair, so sometimes my hair gets in the way, and I keep having to kind of move it out of my way, so, yeah. So again, I wanted to walk you guys through this with me because you know I am not the expert. Okay, so here we go. So the lace looks pretty decent in terms of the color, but we're just gonna keep it moving. Okay, so I also have a wet washcloth so that I can use that as part of this process. And I have my hair dryer here on the floor. I pick it up so I can blow my hair. Hopefully this blow dryer will work. Okay. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this spray and I'm gonna, let's start with the top first, because I'm not going to do the side. We're just going to start with the top. So I'm just going to spray some on the forehead, just on top of the lace. I'm just going to spray it on top of the lace. Then I'm going to take this comb like Weezy did, and I'm just going to go down like that with the comb. Now I'm going to get the blow dryer, and hopefully this will work. I'm going to blow it while I do it with the comb. Okay, so here I am. I'm using the comb. Just tapping it with the comb. Tapping it with the comb. And then I'm going to start, see, it's not sticking. I'm tapping it with the comb, but it's not sticking yet. When it starts to stick, then I'm going to start combing it backwards. Okay, so now it's starting to stick. See, it's starting to stick. So I'm supposed to be combing it backwards to kind of get the gunk from the hairspray to go away from the lace. So that's what I'm doing. I'm spraying, I'm blowing it, but I'm combing the gunk away from the lace, the front of the lace, okay? Okay. All right, now that seems to have worked. It's laid down. Okay, it ain't going nowhere. It's laid down, and I did the comb thing. So, okay, so we're going to try it on the side as well. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to spray a little bit of this stuff. I hate when it gets on my face. I'm going to spray it on top of the lace, just on top. God, why am I not getting it on the lace and getting it on my face instead? Okay, so I'm spraying it down on top of the lace. And I'm just going to do the comb a little bit, but I think I need to just get the dryer first. So let me pull the dryer back up and turn it on, and I'm just going to blow it dry. I'm going to blow this dry and then start using the comb to comb it back. So it don't even look like it wants to stay, but whatever. Okay, I'm blowing it, I'm blowing it, I'm blowing. Now I'm going to use the comb. I'm going to try to do that. Right up there, it doesn't want to stay. Okay, so I'm going to use the comb to kind of not hold it down like that. Just blow it and just kind of tap it. And I'm going to blow it until I feel like it's dry. And then I'm going to start combing it back. So yeah, okay, so now I can start trying to comb it back. I'm still blowing it, but I'm combing back, combing back, combing back, combing back, combing back. And this combing back part, see how the you see how the gunk is like showing up on the hair? That's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to comb it back and the gunk's supposed to show up. So I'm doing that. I'm combing it back, combing it back. Still trying to blow it down. Combing it back. Okay. Okay, so that seems to have worked. If you guys can see, that seems to have worked. Combing it back to get the gunk to go into the hair and away from the lace seems to be working. Now what I need to do is I need to take this washcloth, this wet washcloth, and I need to start getting the hair, the spray out of the hair, not close to the lace, but getting the spray out of the hair part. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking this wet washcloth and getting the spray out of the hair part. This could probably still lay down a little bit better, but at least it kind of got the gunk away from the lace. And that was really the point, to get the gunk away from it. I didn't have as much gunk up here to get off, but there is a little bit. But I had much more gunk down on the side. Now some people can do this without getting any gunk on their hair at all, but me, since I'm a novice, that's not happening. So okay, so this seems to work. So now I am able to go in with my foundation and my powder and make this look much more natural. Thank you, WIGS. Okay, as you guys saw, it's sort of like a three-step process for me. Now what I didn't show you is that I decided to go ahead and cut the lace off first. I know some people will keep the lace on and then glue it on top of the lace and cut the lace off after that. Some people cut the lace off first, spray their forehead, and then pull it down. So that's what I did. I did the second method, and I didn't glue this side down because of the fact that I've got this swoop bang and I'm not going outside, so I don't have to worry about my hair blowing back. I just did this side on the top, as you saw in the video. I also did some swoops, just a few swoops, just a little bit of a swoop here and a swoop here. And I'm going to show you a close-up picture in a minute. But the three things that I found really important about what I saw WIGS do was, one, I had to spray it more than once. When I spray from here to here, wherever I'm going to use the spray, I've got to do it, once, then blow it, and then do it again and blow it. That's another thing that I don't think I always did. So that's one thing. When you lay the lace on top of what you've already glued, sometimes it doesn't stick well. You can like take your finger along it and make it stick, but sometimes you need to use a rat tail comb. And that's what I was watching her do. And then when it didn't lay down very well, what I ended up doing was I went ahead and kept the lace on top of my head. Then I sprayed it some more, but on top while it's on the place I want it to be. Then I took that comb, as you saw, and just used the teeth to hold the lace down while I'm blowing it. And that seemed to help a lot. And as you saw, as it dries, I'm combing just the hair back away from the lace, and you can see the gunk following you. The comb is taking the gunk away from the lace, and then with that wet washcloth or whatever, you can get that gunk off of the hair as opposed to messing with the lace. So that was the one thing that I took away from that from WIGS. Now let me show you this wig a little bit closer. I really like the fact that it's kind of got this 613 going on right here. Then it kind of gets golden and then it gets darker. That's what I like about this golden coral. And you see it's kind of like, I like the fact that it swoops up and it's 613. And then on this side, I was able to actually put it behind my ear because I laid it down properly. And I put my swoops on the top. And I used my foundation in the front, which if you're not like all up in my face, it looks pretty natural. So let me show you the golden color. I'm gonna have to stand up because my camera's a little low. So here's the golden color close up. And I think that's really pretty. This golden color is really pretty close up. Yeah, see that? It's really pretty. And I'm gonna push this back so that I can turn around and show you what the back looks like. It's a lot of hair. So I'm gonna turn around so you can see the back. Let me see, yeah. So here's the back of it. And let me stand up a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Yeah, so it's a nice golden color. So yeah, and I really do like this wig. It is not yucky, and I wouldn't say it was really silky. It kind of reminds me of Geneva a little bit in terms of the texture, but I like it. It's pretty. It's a decent length. Let me just stand up a little bit again. It's a decent length. It comes like just above my chest. And I like the color, I do. I really like that other color better though, the creamy mocha color, and I'm looking forward to putting that wig on. But if you are interested in Divine, I will leave the information down in the description section for you. Again, I just wanted to do this walkthrough with you guys because I never do that. And sometimes I speed them up, and I just kind of wanted to explain to you what I surmised from what Weezy did so that I could do a better job with this myself. Today I am wearing the Aurora wig from Outre. This is it, and I have it in the color DRFF2 brown sugar. And as you saw in the beginning, I was trying so hard to get in that wedding gown. It's been 15 years since I got married, and I really thought I was going to be able to get into that gown. But anyway, let's get into this wig. What I really like about this wig is the color. First of all, let me give you a close-up look at it. Okay. Yeah, she's a brown sugar, they're calling it. A lot of golden, some light brown, even some 613 I think is in here. I did my little swoop in the front, and I like that it's dark rooted, of course, but yeah, it's a pretty color. So let me show you what she looks like in the back. Turn around to the back. This is her in the back. She's full, actually. She's fuller than I think I expected her to be, but I really do like this color, and I'm not gonna say she's my favorite wig yet, but I really do like her. She actually comes in a couple of other DRFF colors. She comes in a DRFF hazelnut, a DRFF chocolate truffle, and a DRFF4 golden honey. She is, you know, your typical lace front, and she's a lace part. She had some baby hairs, and as you saw, I just utilized a little bit of those. Yeah, that wedding gown. I really did think I was gonna get in it though. I really did. I mean, I got it on, and I could only zip it up so far, but you know, wishful thinking, right? But yeah, I really do like this. The fact that she has looser curls than what I'm used to is kind of cool. It's not really a bedhead look, but it's nice because it's different, but it's much more dense than I expected it to be. It really is. And I'm looking in the mirror. It's much more dense than I thought it would be, and the color actually does remind me of my Davita wig, the one that I got in the DRFF, I think it was Golden Amber. Yes, she kind of reminds me of that color, and what I really liked about this one is I liked the way I could like turn the part in and put my little baby hairs over there. I thought that was kind of cute. And what I did this time is, even though I put powder in the part, I also took my powder and my brush, and when I put my stocking cap on, my cap was a lot lighter than I thought it was, and so I just took my powder and I actually just wiped the cap, as opposed to worrying about putting it, you know, on the lace or whatever, because the lace is pretty much okay. The cap was just a little too light. So yeah, so then I just put some powder in there, and this is not glued down. I did not glue this wig down. Yeah, so you don't even have to do that. That's what I really like about it. It has a strap inside, and I didn't show you guys the inside of it, but you know, it's your typical cap construction. You know, it's got the elastic band in the back, and it's got combs, but it also has that strap. And I think that that's what's really going to help you guys in terms of not having to lay it down, is if you just utilize the strap. I don't have the strap on right now because I'm not going anywhere, but I like the fact that I could lay this down just with baby hairs in the front and not have to actually use any glue down stuff. So yeah, I'm liking this, and let's hope that eventually I'll be able to get in that dress, because my husband and I had planned to go to France for our 15th, which is coming up in August, and I wanted to be able to run around the city in my dress. So we'll see how that goes, right? I also promised you guys that I was going to do a giveaway when I got to my 3,000K. Yay! Thank you so much for getting me to my 3,000K. And yes, I am going to be giving away 3 wigs. I'm going to give away 3 wigs. And let's see, do I want to do that now or do I want to do that later? Okay. I think I'm going to wait. I think I'm going to wait and give it away in a live. It'll be easier to do it that way. But what I'm going to also do is I am going to reward my ride or dies. You guys know I like doing that. You all who have stuck with me through my trials, I like it when I can give you something without having to play guessing games and those kinds of things. So I'm going to be probably giving away 2 of those wigs to my ride or dies, and one of them is going to go to just random person who's going to be on the live. So don't miss the live. Haven't decided when it's going to be yet, but I will let you guys know soon. And again, if you are interested in Aurora, and I do kind of like her. Like I said, she's nice and dense, much more dense than I expected. I will put the information down in the description section for you. Yeah, I just, and she's lefty. You know how much I love left side parts. But yeah, I didn't even look inside to see what the other, yeah, you can see the other colors. There's like a velvet, like a red velvet in here. And I think this other really light blonde is probably the golden amber or golden honey. Let's see, is that amber or honey? Yeah, they have a golden honey, not a golden amber. Okay, so that's what that is, and that's probably why it's so light. But anyway, yeah, it's nice to not have to glue the wig down, it's nice. I did put a little heat on it. I put a little heat right in the front, just because I changed the part around a little bit. But I think she's looking pretty darn good, y'all. What do you guys think? Yeah, well, anyway. Today I have Outre Harper, but before I get into it, let me show you the specs. Harper is from the Melted Hair line, and I have her in the color DRFF2 Cinnamon Mocha. She is a light, yaki texture, and I love the density on this wig. And she is a left side part. Inside, she has 2 combs in the front, a comb in the back, adjustable straps, and she has an elastic band. Okay, ladies, here I am with Harper. I'm just going to throw her on my head before I cut off the lace, see if I need a wig grip or not. The last 2 reviews that I did in this series, I didn't need a wig grip. And actually, this wig of all 3 of the ones that I've done seems the most comfortable. I don't have a wig grip on with this one either, but this one doesn't feel tight. The first 2 felt tight. Calandria was tight, the Bobby Boss wig, and so was Camalia. So here is Harper. I like her. Let me show you what she looks like in the back. And again, this is my favorite color. I gotta say, this has gotta be my favorite color. This DRFF2 Cinnamon Mocha has gotta be my favorite color of all the Outre colors. I think this is the one I'm gravitating to most. I have Camalia in this color. I have Toriana in this color. I even think I have an Aurora in this color. If Aurora came in this color, I probably do have it. I just love the cinnamonness in the front and then the brown all the way through. It's just a really good look. It's a really good look. So, yeah, this is Harper. Why did I sleep on Harper? Harper came out in 2020, I think. So, I'm real late on her. She came out in 2020. And I don't know too many people who reviewed her either. I think Courtney Janine is the only person I can think of that reviewed Harper. I'm probably wrong on that. She's probably not the only one. But I think back at the time that Harper came out, I think her review is the only one I remember of somebody doing a review on Harper. And I don't really know why other people didn't really review her either. She's got a really nice, thick, yaki texture. I mean, this is a nice, thick wig. It's not Nisha thick, but it's thick. It's a nice thickness, and that's what I really loved about Aurora. Aurora was a nice, thick wig. Now, this one's longer than Aurora because I like my shoulder length wigs. This one is longer, but man, I'm loving the texture of this wig. And I'm loving the thickness of it mostly because I really like my wigs to be thick. If I'm going to have a synthetic wig, I want it to have some thickness to it. And this one really has some nice thickness. And like I said, this color is really, really nice. I plucked her a little bit as I did the other 2, just just around the hairline so that I could make it look a little bit more realistic. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, and I'll be right back. Okay, I cut off the lace on Harper, and she also has an elastic band, as you saw in the video earlier, but I'm not going to use it because, again, she's comfortable just as she is without the elastic band on. And she actually has pretty decent lace for me, similar to the Bobby Boss wig. I think that if I laid this one down, that I really wouldn't have much trouble in terms of the lace. I don't know, well, maybe not. Maybe she is a little ashy. She's kind of ashy, but I think she would work for me if I just laid her down with the eben. Because sometimes when you put the eben on, it kind of changes the color of the lace, which is weird. I've seen that happen before. And so, yeah. But I'm not going to glue this one down either. I'm just going to put her on. Yeah, I'm just going to style her a little bit. But yeah, I'm digging this thickness. I'm digging the thickness on Harper. And again, of course, you know I'm loving this color. But yeah, she could be laid down, you know, on this side as well as this other side. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to show her off. Yeah, I'm going to put powder in the part. So, what am I going to give Harper for a rating? Again, I think I slept on these wigs mainly because of the length of them. I don't think I necessarily slept on them because I thought they were not like nice wigs. I think I slept on these only because of how long they were. I think at the time, especially during the pandemic, I was kind of looking for wigs that were just basically wigs that I could wear like maybe to work when I went back to work. Wigs that I could wear to my place of worship, you know, wigs that I could wear like out on a date. I mean, granted, you can wear a longer wig out on a date, and I have worn longer wigs out on dates with my husband, but mostly I don't want it to look too unrealistic. Yeah, this would definitely need to be laid down on this side. Yeah, I would definitely have to lay this down because this lace on this side comes out pretty far. So I'd have to lay her down for sure, but I think she'd work out fine if I did that. But yeah, she's kind of killer, and I like this color. Let me see if yeah, she's just a little tangled, just a little bit, yeah. I'm digging this color, and I'm digging this texture on this Harper wig. Digging this texture. Yeah, okay, so what do you think I'm gonna give Harper? I'm giving her 5. So yeah, so all the wigs that I did for this series, I've given 5s to, and because they all deserved 5s. I mean, honest to goodness, this wig is gorgeous. She's beautiful. She's a perfect yaki texture. I mean, look at that. This yaki texture is just perfect. It really is. And like I said, the density is just blowing my mind. I really love the density of this wig. And of course, you know I'm loving the color. But yeah, but I would lay her down because of this piece out here. I mean, I guess I could cut it back even further. I mean, I've seen some people do that where they would just cut the lace back further, and I could do that, but I cut it along the hairline the way it came. And I kind of like that it comes out and then goes back because I think that's something that I would like to have, is just to keep it laid down like on the side like that. So I probably wouldn't cut it back, but you could cut it back when you get yours. And let's see, where did I get her? I'm trying to think. Did I get her from... I don't remember. Oh, I got her from Hair to Beauty too. Because like I told you guys before, they have these 45 and 35% off sales. And if you buy like 2 wigs or more, they ship it to you for free. So, you know, they've been like my go-to lately. And I believe that's where I got this one. I think I got this one from Hair to Beauty as well. But yeah, I'm loving Harper. So I wish I hadn't slept on all these wigs during the pandemic, but I'm glad I picked them up now and I was able to get the colors that I wanted. Again, this cinnamon mocha is just like, I'm really feeling this color. So let me read you the colors that this one comes in. It's 1B, 2, 613, DR2 ginger brown. And see, that's what I thought. I thought I had gotten a ginger brown, but I guess I didn't. DR4 golden honey, DRFF2 cherry red, DRFF2 cinnamon mocha like I have, DRFF4 hazelnut honey, DRFF4 strawberry gold. So yeah, this is a melted hairline, as you guys know. And yeah, I like her. I like her a lot. And I'm not even sure I would cut her. I think I might keep her this length. If I was to wear her out with my husband, I think I'd keep her this length. There's something about the way the curls are falling that I think would work perfectly, keeping the same length that it has. So yeah. So that's it, ladies. That is my 3-part series on wigs I slept on during the pandemic. You may have slipped on these too, and if you did, go and pick them up because they are still available on some online websites. And of course, if you go to a beauty supply store, you can always ask for the wig, and they can probably even order it for you. If you wanted them to order it from Outre, they could probably do that. Okay, ladies, as I said, I think I slept on Camalia for a lot of different reasons, but before we get into all of that, let me show you the specs on her. I have Outre Camalia in the color DRFF2 Cinnamon Mocha. She is a long wig, although I don't know the exact length. She's a light yaki texture, and she is a left side part. She's from the Melted Hairline collection. She has 2 combs in the front, a comb in the back, adjustable straps, and she also has an elastic band, and I really like the fact that the cap is kind of open, so that's a good thing. Here is Camalia just plopped on my head. My first impression is that she's tight if you use the elastic band. She's real tight on my head with the elastic band on. So let me back up so you can see her, and then I'll show you what she looks like in the back, just plopped on my head. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably not going to use the elastic band. I'm probably going to just put her on without that. And I did pluck her just a little bit because I wanted to break up that straight line. So I'm going to take her back off and see if I can get her to fit me without using this elastic band. And I'm going to cut the lace off, and I'll be right back. All right, now I have my face on, and I've already cut the lace on Camalia. And again, I have decided that I'm not going to use the elastic band or a wig grip because this wig is tight. I moved the adjustable straps so that she would fit a little bit better. But yeah, she's tight. So this is what she looks like on, like I showed you before. I'm just going to do a little bit of styling to her, and while I'm doing that, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about her. This wig came out, I believe, in May of 2021, so I definitely slept on her. Definitely slept on her, as the others that I'll be showing you in this series, I slept on. But I saw the Hearts and Cake 90 revisit this wig recently, and I thought, okay, so why didn't I get Camalia? And number one, the length. She's long, and that's why I didn't get her. This was before Outre started putting the lengths of their wigs on the care card, so who knows how long this is, but it's long. And because she was so long is the reason why I didn't get her. And this cinnamon mocha color has really become one of my favorite colors from Outre, and so I decided to go ahead and get her in the cinnamon mocha color. But yeah, I'm just brushing her out, and I still got hair coming out of her because I plucked her in the front. Let me just back up so you can see her a little bit better. I'm not going to glue her down, but she can be glued down. I just have lots of hair going on here because of the plucking that I did. Okay, so this is her. This is Camalia. She has a little bit of a swoopability here, which I like. And again, I'll show you what she looks like in the back. Probably best to brush this wig while it's on a mannequin head because it's so long. Probably best to do it that way. But she is really pretty. She is. She's really pretty. She's a light yaki texture. And again, I love this cinnamon mocha color because I love the cinnamon in the front, and then the rest of it is a really pretty brown. Again, I think this is one of my favorite Outre colors of a wig. And because I plucked her a little bit, she's not going to be too clockable. I may have to tint this one, and I don't normally have to tint my wigs, but I may have to tint this one because the lace is light even for me. It's a little light. So we'll have to see what the even does if I lay it down. I'm not going to lay it down today, but if I laid it down, I might have to tint it. And I did buy some tint spray. I don't use it that often, like I said, so I'm not really sure how it's going to work out. But I'm just going to put a little powder in the part of this one. And yeah, I think I slept on it mainly because it was long. Not necessarily because it wasn't a pretty wig, but because it was really long. And you know, I just don't do really long wigs as a rule because they just don't, you know, they don't really work for my everyday. I can't wear this wig every day. But I think she's beautiful, and I think the color is beautiful. I'd probably cut her, maybe I'd cut her like this much, probably cut her this much. But yeah, again, let me back up so you can see her. Yep, here she is in the front. Cause see, yeah, she's long. She's long, she's down to my waist. So yeah, but I love the style. And again, like I said, I'd probably glue her down if I was to wear her out. But she's beautiful. Yeah, she's a beautiful wig. Really pretty. So if I was to rate her, like I said, it's a little late because she came out in 21. But if I was to rate her, I think I'd give her a 5. And I think I'd give her a 5 because she's a really nice yaki. Oh, I got this, yeah. She's a really nice yaki. She feels good. She's not tight anymore, but she fits comfortably now that I adjusted the straps and didn't use the elastic band. I have a 22-inch head, you guys know. And she comes in a lot of different colors. I'll read those off. 1B2 613, DR2 ginger brown, DRFF2 cherry red, DRFF2 cinnamon mocha, which is what I'm wearing, DRFF4 golden honey, DRFF4 hazelnut honey, DRFF4 strawberry gold. I am telling you, when I saw how long that lace was, honestly, the first thing I thought of was belly dancing with the veil on. So yeah, so anyway, welcome back to Still Looking Good 58, the channel that reviews wigs for the mature woman. And as you already know, I am wearing the new Outre Kamiyah wig, or Kamiyah, however you want to pronounce it. I have her in the color DRFF2 Cinnamon Mocha. So the DR means dark rooted, of course. The FF is face framing, so you can see the color in the front, and I'll show it to you in a minute. And it's a cinnamon mocha. So let me just show you a close-up here. The face framing part of it, as you can see, is this cinnamon part. And then the rest of it is a mocha color. And I'm just gonna stand up. Let me put this back. I'm gonna stand up so you can see the length of her. And I'll throw some in the back so you can see what she looks like in the back. She's got this really, really pretty swoop on the sides. So there she is in the back. I don't know how long she is. I'm willing to guess it's probably like 20 inches or so. But she is really, really pretty. She's a light yaki texture. And again, I really love the color. I love what Outre is doing with these wigs. And all I did with her is I put a little bit of heat at the top. And we'll talk a little bit more about everything else in a moment. But let me just show you a video of what happened when I unboxed her. Let's take a look. So ladies, I just wanted you guys to see what it looked like before I took the lace off. It is really thick, as you saw earlier, and it actually has extra space in the front of the part. Hearts and Cake 90 showed that when she did hers. There's the elastic band, and I did utilize that elastic band, and it has the 2 combs in the front, but they can get in your way if you use that band. So I removed mine, and of course there's the comb in the back. Now the color, that's really the thing. You know, they have done such a good job with that in these wigs. Now here I'm just putting it on my head. And again, that elastic band really helped me because it kept the wig in place for me. And what I wanted to show you guys was these sideburns. They go over your ears and it's a lot. So it kind of sticks out so that it's really difficult for you to actually wear it as a side part. So yeah, this whole thing was kind of ridiculous. Okay, again, I am loving this cinnamon mocha color because it's just beautiful. I actually saw this color on Body by Kira, but she was wearing the Aaliyah wig instead. Now, you may have noticed in the video that I did show you that the sides had a lace that kind of comes out, and I didn't glue it down, so you can kind of see. I mean, I glued some of it down, but you can kind of see how it kind of sticks out. You can probably cut that off if you like. I did not elect to cut that off because I'm not sure if I'm gonna sell this wig or keep it, but it's a really beautiful color. And if it's out, let me just tell you that I apologize because earlier last week, several vloggers, I was talking with several vloggers, and when this wig came out, we were thinking, oh, let's get it. so we started purchasing the wigs. Mine is not sponsored. Now, I don't know that anyone else got a sponsor for their particular Kamiyah wig, but mine was not sponsored. And those of us who did buy them, ours were not sponsored. So yeah, so we purchased those wigs. So if they're out, we're sorry. They'll come back in soon, I'm sure. So again, this one comes in a lot of other colors. If you're familiar with the Melted Hairline series that Outre has, they usually have certain colors that are unique to that series, but sometimes they overlap. So let me just tell you what some of the other colors are. This one comes in a DR, which is dark rooted 4, Golden Honey. It comes in a DR2 Ginger Brown, which is what Hearts and Cake 90 had. It also comes in a DRFF2 Cherry Red. It comes in the color that I'm wearing, the Cinnamon Mocha, DRFF4 Hazelnut Honey, and I think Hearts and Cake 90 already had that color too. And then it comes in a DRFF4 Strawberry Gold. And I've only seen that Strawberry Gold color once, and I think it was again on someone who had on Aaliyah. But this particular wig, Kamiyah, I am telling you, she is so beautiful. I just put powder in the part, and I did try to close up the part a little bit because it's kind of wide in the front, and I think I showed you that on the video. It's kind of wide in the front. Oh, this lipstick's coming out. It's kind of wide in the front, so you might want to take, all I think I did was put like a pencil, like eyebrow pencil in, and kind of thinned it out, you know, make it look a little thinner. And I did glue it down at the top, and I just glued it down just on the top sides. I didn't go all the way down to where those sideburns are. Again, this wig, and it didn't shed on me, so I want to let you guys know it does not shed. I put a little heat at the top. I didn't get any humpage on mine, but I did put a little heat on the top of it anyway because that's what I wanted. But again, with this wig, when it comes to these sideburns, if you want to avoid like the wind blowing and all that kind of stuff, these are going to show up. These sideburns are going to show up unless you either cut them off or glue them down. And good luck with gluing them down because it's kind of a tricky situation. I would consult a professional before I mess with it. Let me show you a picture of some of the other colors that the wig comes in. If you have not seen Hearts and Cake 90's video, these are the colors that she has. And again, there will be others, I'm sure, coming up with reviews for this wig. But yeah, this thing is fabulous. And I like the fact that it's a light yaki. It's not silky feeling at all. I thought that it was going to be silky feeling when I pulled it out. And even in the video that I showed earlier, kind of looks like it would be silky, but it really isn't. And I'm not feeling any tracks in the back or on the sides. I'm feeling my braids, but that's about it. But yeah, and you know, I am not a baby hair person, but I did cut some hair to kind of swoop it in the front because laying it down with the hairspray, which is the bedhead hardhead, it was kind of trying to cake on me. And so I used a washcloth to kind of wipe off the hair so that it didn't look cakey. But I also decided that I would put some swoops in the front so that I could maybe cover that up a little bit. But again, if you're gonna go outside with this, Either cut those sides off or find a way to glue them down correctly, because the way they make them come out and go in is a little strange to me. I don't know why they did that. Today I have Outre Carmina, so let me give you the specs on her. Outre Carmina is a melted hairline lace front wig. She's 20 inches long, and I have her in the color DRFF Caramel Mocha. Inside, Carmina has 2 combs in the front, a comb in the back, adjustable straps, and an elastic band. When I first put this wig on, I was a little concerned about the lace because it was a bit darker than I might have expected it to be, but I just decided to go ahead and be a champ and see if I could lay it down. So as you can see, I'm pinning it back so that I can make sure, as I told you guys in the last video, that that lace is going to fit me ear to ear. I also had to do a little bit of trimming because the lace was a tad bit sticking out in parts. So I wanted to make sure that once I was ready to lay it down, that it was trimmed up nice and clean. This wig surprised me in a couple of ways. The texture was one of the big surprises for me, because even though it looks a little thick, it's really not that yucky, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But my main goal here was to try and see if I could get this lace to lay down like the last couple of wigs that you guys saw me review, with just using my elastic band, my silky sax band, and my Eben spray. So we're going to see if it does what it does. Okay, you guys, it did lay down okay, but the biggest issue that I had with it was the lace color. It was definitely cloggable. Okay, ladies, this is what Carmina looks like without my combing her yet. I have to let you know that I did put some hot rollers in her because her curls were falling flat. Let me show you what she looks like in the back. Again, she's 20 inches long, and I would consider her a mid-yaki. Not a light yaki and not a serious yaki, but I would consider her a mid-yaki. And what I'm going to do, as opposed to using a brush to brush her out, I'm going to spray a little bit of my Bobos Remy in her, not on my head, but on the wig. And then I'm going to just finger her through, because I really don't want to lose what curls I do have in this wig. So I'm just going to finger her through and see if that helps me in this situation, because I really don't want to comb the curls out. As I mentioned to you before, she kind of reminds me of Valentino, but she's much thicker and she's much yakkier. So yeah, trying to get her, now see, this is kind of why she reminds me of Valentino, because she's got this kind of look. This kind of swoop bang with the hair just kind of, you know, wisping down in front. So what do I think of Carmina? I'm giving her a 5. Yeah. I think this wig is really pretty. Let me put some powder in the part, because that's something I didn't do yet. Put some powder in the part. Yeah, I'm liking her. I think she's a really nice texture. She's not too thick, she's not too thin. And if you like yaki, but you don't, you know, you're really not ready for Nisha, this is probably a good alternative for you. If you like yaki, but you're not ready for Nisha, this might be the one. Yeah. Yep, this might be the one. So what do you guys think? What do you think about Carmina? I really like her. And again, I have not seen or experienced yet an Outre wig that was kind of in between the really Nisha yaki and the light yaki. Now, I did not try Julienne, and I think some people did say that Julienne had that type of texture, but I did not try her, so I don't know. But I do really like this one. And yeah, I'm feeling Carmina, and I'm especially feeling her in this DRFF Caramel Mocha color. This is really a pretty color. Really, really pretty color. Yeah, I'm liking this. And today I have a new Outre unit for you. She is called Kristen, and I have her in the color 3 DRST Cocoa Cream, okay? Now, I did a short that I showed you guys not too long ago where I was checking out whether she was silky or yucky. The Cocoa Cream color is the one that I have there. And yeah, from the looks of her, I thought she was going to be silky, but she really isn't. So here is the unit. This is her. She is what I would consider a light yaki. She's a light yaki. Trying to get a good picture. My lights are so bad in this at this juncture. I don't know why, but my lighting is bad. So anyway, yeah, she's a light yaki. One thing that I really appreciated about this, even though she's a melted hairline, is that her hairline leaves a lot of room to pluck. So I'm just going to take her off of here so you can see. There is a lot of room to pluck this unit. Look at that. So I did pluck her, and I'm going to cut the lace off of her, and after that I'm going to come back with her on me. So she's got an elastic band in here too, as well as the 2 combs in the front, the comb in the back, and the adjustable straps. So let me go ahead and plop this on my head here. Okay, so again, I like the fact that she's got a lot of space to pluck. What I didn't like about this unit, well, not so much about the unit itself, but what I didn't like that Outre did was they only showed you the option with baby hair on it. It's like they could have shown you another option without baby hair on it, but that was all they did. And you know, I don't do baby hair for the most part. And she's looking like she's going to lay down pretty decently for me on both sides. She looks pretty good. And I don't think I have to cut her around my ear. I'm looking. I don't know. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I'm debating. I think I'm just going to leave it the way she is. I'm going to spray my forehead and put this back down, and we're gonna go from there. I'm not gonna put a wig grip on because I'm not going anywhere. So I'm just gonna pull this hair back with this thing. And I hope you guys are doing well. I know it's a really busy time of the year. Those who celebrate Christmas are like losing it right now, I'm sure, because there's so much that has to be done, so much they want to do. And they may not be able to get it all done. So, I'm sure that can be a pain. I'm just going to blow this. I think I put too much on this side. Okay, let's see if that's enough. I'm going to go ahead and put her down and use my comb, as I always do, to just lay it down on the side here and in front. Sometimes I do this better than other times. Just to get it to lay down right. I'm holding this back. So I probably need to just hold it back with this stuff there. So I can really get it to lay down, and I can put my Silky Sax band on. Let me get my Silky Sax band out. Okay, yeah. Alright. Okay, so hopefully this will lay this down real well. And we can see how it goes. Outre has a few other units that are coming out that have not come out that I've kind of had my eye on. One of them actually was just a regular lace front. I don't know if you saw, I think it was Mimi Carvel did this blue really short unit from Outre. It was a perfect hairline, so she was able to part it wherever. She looked really good in that really short unit, like pixie unit. They got another one coming out called Zaina, and she actually comes in a gray. Now originally, from what I understand, Outre was supposed to bring that other unit that Mimi Carmel did out in a gray, but they didn't. It just looked like a bunch of color bomb colors, even though it was a perfect hairline. But this other one looks similar to it, but it's a lace front, so you're gonna be stuck with just a part. And it comes in a gray though. And it looks similar, so I thought it might be something that you guys might be interested in. So I may bring that one to you once it comes out, because it comes in gray for all of you Gray Your Way fans. Of course, it comes in regular colors for my regular Still Looking Good fans. But for those of you who watch me on both my channels and are interested in gray hair, that other unit that's coming is in gray. I'm gonna finish letting this dry and I'll be back. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna take this off now and see how this looks. Yeah, it looks like it laid down pretty good. So here is the unit. She has layers in the front. This is how long she is. See, here's the layers there. And I'm gonna put it on the back so you can see what it looks like in the back. See? I wanted this cocoa color because I have been looking for a unit like this for a minute, and I liked this color. I'm just gonna sit back a little bit so you guys can see her. And I really like this. I'm not really big on straight wigs most of the time, but this one I think I really like. And I was kind of hoping I would like her. Let me finish her and putting her in the right place in the back here. Okay. Yeah, I do like her a lot. Yeah. If I hadn't glued her down, I could shift her. But I don't know how shifting her would look with these layers. It might look a little funny with these layers shifting her. But I really like her, and I like this color because this color you can just kind of mix up, you know, just kind of mix up really nice. This brown and blonde mixes up really nice, I think. Yeah, I like this. So I'm going to put some powder in the part. so that I can make it look like it's supposed to look. Got hair on my lipstick. Okay. Just getting the little hairs out of the way. A few little hairs here and there. But she laid down fine. No real problems there. Just trying to get some of these little hairs up. But yeah, what do you guys think of Kristen? I like her. I think she's cute. And like I said, you can wear her down like this where you've got the layers in the front. Where you see all the layers. And I mean, and she's okay like this. I think she's fine like this, but I kind of like my units to kind of go back. So, and I was really looking forward to getting her so that I could do just what I'm doing now. Just pull her back like that and see what she looks like just going back. So yeah. Whew, Outre, you know what, you're killing me because you keep coming out with these bomb wigs and you're gonna be taking everybody's paycheck. Wig heaven, that's what I'm in. This one is courtesy of Outre. Thank you so much, Outre, for sending over this unit. This one is called Lawrence, and I believe you have probably seen her before. I think a couple of people have already reviewed her, but she is one of their latest melted hairlines. She is 14 inches, and I have her in the color DR4 Frosted Honey Brown. Here is Lawrence. She's got nice curls, and the 14 inches I think is just perfect for like work. I really like this color too. It's just an interesting color. It's got the golden blonde mixed in with the brown, the medium and dark brown, so that's kind of nice. I am going to show you the inside of the cap. She's a left side part, so you know I'm happy. She has a comb on each side of the part. She has an elastic band. She has adjustable straps in the back and another comb in the back. And again, since she's melted hairline, she's supposed to already be plucked. So we're going to take a closer look at that right now. Let's see here. Is she pre-plucked? No. She is not. She has a straight line all the way across the front. So what I'm going to do is have to pluck that. I don't know what is going on with the melted hairline, but it's not melted anymore. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, she's gonna have to be plucked in order to get that straight line out of there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that off of camera. Then I'm going to come back and we're gonna talk a lot about Lawrence. Okay, you guys, just for clarity, they did go behind the main line and pluck it. So there is hair that's missing behind the main line, sort of like when you part your wig and you start pulling the hair forward and plucking backwards. They did that. So I'll give them that. They did that, but they still left this straight line across the front. And so that's what I'm going to be plucking, the straight line across the front. So I just wanted to show you that for emphasis. First impressions, I love her. First impressions, I love her. because you know I'm a left side girl. I love the length, and I think this color is gorgeous. This color reminds me a little bit of the Java Frost. So I cut her off with the pinking shears, and she fits around to here, but over here she's a little long. So in order to make her fit, I would have to cut her like right there and then glue her down. I'm not gonna cut her, I'm just gonna glue her down because I may sell this wig to somebody. So let me go ahead and start this process here. Let's see. Okay, so the first thing, well, let me show you what she looks like in the back. How about that? We'll do that first. Here's what she looks like in the back. Yep. She's a nice length, really nice length. So I am just going to spray some Eben on here to keep her down in the front, I think. I don't think I'm gonna completely glue her down. I probably should have done this before I cut the lace off. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. So let me glue her back. Hold her back so I can glue her down. Okay. Alright, I'll get my hair dryer ready. Yes, this process is usually easier if you do it before you cut the lace off. I did not do that, and so here we are. Doing this. Okay, got her down on this side, and of course we're gonna have to scrape her and all that junk. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna clean her up after I put the band on my head, but up here I don't think I'm gonna glue her. When this lays down a little bit better, I will come back and finish styling her. Whew, I'm telling you, sometimes doing wig reviews can be painful. The other day, when I do a wig that has like body in it, I like to keep my hair kind of up, like not like a really flat like sleek lay. Sometimes I just like to keep my hair up. Like it comes up from the scalp. Boy, this thing got caught in the track already. Okay, we're gonna ignore that. So I like it to kind of come up sometimes. I don't like it to be completely flat. With a straight wig, I think it's probably fine to do that, because with a straight wig you may not necessarily want it to not lay flat. With a straight wig you probably want it to lay flat because it's a straight wig. But with a wig like this, I don't think you really need it to be completely flat around the part, because to me, God, I'm having more trouble with hair in my mouth. To me, because the hair is got body, I want that part to look a little bit more like a part would look in my own hair. All right, let me take this off. She just fell off. Okay, so it's laid down, thank goodness. It's still got its issues with the hair, you know, the crusty hair and all that. And I have to tell you, there's like hair everywhere. There's hair everywhere here, and I think it's because I plucked it. So there's hair everywhere. I just, like I said, didn't want that straight line in the front. And so I'm just putting some powder here to kind of make that look a little bit more natural. I'm not going to do baby hair, even though I saved some. I'm not going to do it. I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I don't want to make it look too like fixed, you know, because if it looks too fixed, then it's not going to look natural. And if it looks like it's been, you know, it's too perfectly worked on, then I don't think that's going to be a good thing. I think it needs to look a little bit unfixed. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense. I'm going to put some of this Garnier Fructis in this hair too, just to get some of the tangles out of it, because it's got a little bit of tangles in it. And yeah, I think hair in general just gravitates to lip gloss. I honestly believe that's the case. Okay, so yeah, this Fructis has the silicone in it, so any silicone spray will work to do this. So my thoughts about Lawrence. I think I love her. I think she's beautiful. She's pretty much my style, and if you guys have seen my videos in the past, you know what my style is. She's pretty much my style. She's the right length. She's got the swoop bang. She's got the left side part. Yeah, she's a banger for me. She's a banger for me. And I don't want to comb out the curls because I think these curls are just too fabulous. You know what this wig reminds me of? And the woman that I'm thinking of, I think her hair was straight, but she still had this like bang in her face. And I think she came out in the 40s, and I can't even remember her name, but I'll have to find it. And if I find it, I'll put it down below. But she was an actress, and she used to always wear her hair in her face like this. And it got to the point where there were so many girls that were doing their hair like that, that it became a huge trend. So everybody started wearing their hair with the bang covering over their eye like this. And so this wig really reminds me of her. And again, I'll put her name down in the bottom when I figure out what it is, but I've forgotten. But yeah, this is gorgeous. This is beautiful. And laid down, you know, you can do whatever. You can run your fingers through it, you know, on the sides or whatever you want to do. It's, yeah, this is gorgeous. This is really gorgeous. And I think I would like to get her in another color as well. So let me look and see what other colors they have. And where's my other comb? Oh, here it is. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of get that a little bit more uniform there. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Okay, so the other colors are DR Chocolate Swirl, which is probably the next color I'm gonna get. DR2 Cinnamon Wine, the Frosted Honey Brown, which I have, DR4 Golden Honey Blonde. So there's a honey brown like this and a honey blonde. DRFF Golden Amber, which you've seen, and DRFF2 Ginger Brown, which you've also seen. So the only new color, I think, is this one I'm wearing, which is the Frosted Honey Brown. The other colors, I believe, are colors that you've probably already seen from Outre. But yeah, she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. And yeah, I would not do a lot of combing to this one. I would not like run too much of a comb through her, because you really want to keep this style. You want to keep these curls. And I just got makeup all on my melting band. I have this thing. I'm going to show you. I bought this because I used 3 different colors of Juvia's Place, and so I bought this so that I could put a little bit of each color in here and then mix it together, and I ended up getting it all over this melting band because I put too much on here. But I like this, and if you guys are interested in this plate, because you can put your finger in it and hold it and, you know, put the makeup or even eyeshadow, like liquid eyeshadow or whatever, on your face. It's in my Amazon store. I have different sections in my Amazon store, so you will find it in the cosmetics section. So that's about it. That's my thoughts about her. I love her. I love the color. I am sick of hair getting on my lipstick though, but I think she's beautiful. I'll turn around again so you can see her in the back again. But yeah, she's gorgeous. She's a gorgeous wig, and I would love to see her in a chocolate swirl. Do I love her as much as I loved Layla and Davida? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm actually feeling like I love her even more than them, because those 2 wigs, as you know, were not melted hairlines. Those 2 wigs were just regular lace front wigs, but this one's a melted hairline, and it's still like those in terms of the curls and the swirls that the wig has. That's why I love Elora so much, because even though Elora doesn't have all of the curls that this one has, I love the thickness of Elora, and she's a melted hairline, so I can glue her down. But this one, you got to get this. You have got to get this, because yeah, this is gorgeous. Okay, so I'm gonna end this because I'm just jabbering. She's a light yaki texture. She's not really silky. And like I said, these curls are just all that. These curls are just all that. They really are. And I love the color. And of course, you know, like I said, there are other colors that you can get, but this is one of the newest colors 14 inches, so she's perfect length. I don't know what else to say except go get it. Hope you are enjoying the Melted Hairline Marathon. Don't forget to go to my website to get some headbands at slg58.myshopify.com. Today I have Outre Carmina, so let me give you the specs on her. Outre Carmina is a melted hairline lace front wig. She's 20 inches long, and I have her in the color DRFF Caramel Mocha. Inside, Carmina has 2 combs in the front, a comb in the back, adjustable straps, and an elastic band. When I first put this wig on, I was a little concerned about the lace because it was a bit darker than I might have expected it to be, but I just decided to go ahead and be a champ and see if I could lay it down. So as you can see, I'm pinning it back so that I can make sure, as I told you guys in the last video, that that lace is going to fit me ear to ear. I also had to do a little bit of trimming because the lace was a tad bit sticking out in parts. So I wanted to make sure that once I was ready to lay it down, that it was trimmed up nice and clean. This wig surprised me in a couple of ways. The texture was one of the big surprises for me because even though it looks a little thick, it's really not that yucky, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But my main goal here was to try and see if I could get this lace to lay down like the last couple of wigs that you guys saw me review, with just using my elastic band, my silky sax band, and my Eben spray. So we're going to see if it does what it does. Okay, you guys, it did lay down okay, but the biggest issue that I had with it was the lace color. It was definitely cloggable. Okay, ladies, this is what Carmina looks like without my combing her yet. I have to let you know that I did put some hot rollers in her because her curls were falling flat. Let me show you what she looks like in the back. Again, she's 20 inches long, and I would consider her a mid-yaki. Not a light yaki and not a serious yaki, but I would consider her a mid-yaki. And what I'm going to do, as opposed to using a brush to brush her out, I'm going to spray a little bit of my Bobos Remy in her, not on my head, but on the wig. And then I'm going to just finger her through, because I really don't want to lose what curls I do have in this wig. So I'm just going to finger her through and see if that helps me in this situation, because I really don't want to comb the curls out. As I mentioned to you before, she kind of reminds me of Valentino, but she's much thicker and she's much yakkier. So yeah, trying to get her, now see, this is kind of why she reminds me of Valentino, because she's got this kind of look. This kind of swoop bang with the hair just kind of, you know, wisping down in front. So what do I think of Carmina? I'm giving her a 5. Yeah. I think this wig is really pretty. Let me put some powder in the part, because that's something I didn't do yet. Put some powder in the part. Yeah, I'm liking her. I think she's a really nice texture. She's not too thick, she's not too thin. And if you like yaki, but you don't, you know, you're really not ready for Nisha, this is probably a good alternative for you. If you like yaki, but you're not ready for Nisha, this might be the one. Yeah. Yep, this might be the one. So what do you guys think? What do you think about Carmina? I really like her. And again, I have not seen or experienced yet an Outre wig that was kind of in between the really Nisha yaki and the light yaki. Now, I did not try Julienne, and I think some people did say that Julienne had that type of texture, but I did not try her, so I don't know. But I do really like this one. And yeah, I'm feeling Carmina, and I'm especially feeling her in this DRFF Caramel Mocha color. This is really a pretty color. Really, really pretty color. Yeah, I'm liking this. And today I have a new Outre unit for you. She is called Kristen, and I have her in the color 3 DRST Cocoa Cream, okay? Now, I did a short that I showed you guys not too long ago where I was checking out whether she was silky or yucky. The Cocoa Cream color is the one that I have there. And yeah, from the looks of her, I thought she was gonna be silky, but she really isn't. So here is the unit. This is her. She is what I would consider a light yaki. She's a light yaki. Trying to get a good picture. My lights are so bad in this at this juncture. I don't know why, but my lighting is bad. So anyway, yeah, she's a light yaki. One thing that I really appreciated about this, even though she's a melted hairline, is that her hairline leaves a lot of room to pluck. So I'm just going to take her off of here so you can see. There is a lot of room to pluck this unit. Look at that. So I did pluck her, and I'm going to cut the lace off of her, and after that I'm going to come back with her on me. So she's got an elastic band in here too, as well as the 2 combs in the front, the comb in the back, and the adjustable straps. So let me go ahead and plop this on my head here. Okay, so again, I like the fact that she's got a lot of space to pluck. What I didn't like about this unit, well, not so much about the unit itself, but what I didn't like that Outre did was they only showed you the option with baby hair on it. It's like they could have shown you another option without baby hair on it, but that was all they did. And you know, I don't do baby hair for the most part. And she's looking like she's going to lay down pretty decently for me on both sides. She looks pretty good. And I don't think I have to cut her around my ear. I'm looking. I don't know. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I'm debating. I think I'm just going to leave it the way she is. I'm going to spray my forehead and put this back down, and we're gonna go from there. I'm not gonna put a wig grip on because I'm not going anywhere. So I'm just gonna pull this hair back with this thing. And I hope you guys are doing well. I know it's a really busy time of the year. Those who celebrate Christmas are like losing it right now, I'm sure, because there's so much that has to be done, so much they want to do. And they may not be able to get it all done. So, I'm sure that can be a pain. I'm just going to blow this. I think I put too much on this side. Okay, let's see if that's enough. I'm going to go ahead and put her down and use my comb, as I always do, to just lay it down on the side here and in front. Sometimes I do this better than other times. Just to get it to lay down right. I'm holding this back. So I probably need to just hold it back with this stuff there. So I can really get it to lay down, and I can put my Silky Sax band on. Let me get my Silky Sax band out. Okay, yeah. Alright. Okay, so hopefully this will lay this down real well. And we can see how it goes. Outre has a few other units that are coming out that have not come out that I've kind of had my eye on. One of them actually was just a regular lace front. I don't know if you saw, I think it was Mimi Carvel did this blue really short unit from Outre. It was a perfect hairline, so she was able to part it wherever, and she looked really good in that really short unit, like pixie unit. They got another one coming out called Zaina, and she actually comes in a gray. Now originally, from what I understand, Outre was supposed to bring that other unit that Mimi Carmel did out in a gray, but they didn't. It just looked like a bunch of color bomb colors, even though it was a perfect hairline. But this other one looks similar to it, but it's a lace front, so you're gonna be stuck with just a part. And it comes in a gray though. And it looks similar, so I thought it might be something that you guys might be interested in. So I may bring that one to you once it comes out, because it comes in gray for all of you Gray Your Way fans. Of course, it comes in regular colors for my regular Still Looking Good fans. But for those of you who watch me on both my channels and are interested in gray hair, that other unit that's coming is in gray. I'm gonna finish letting this dry and I'll be back. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna take this off now and see how this looks. Yeah, it looks like it laid down pretty good. So here is the unit. She has layers in the front. This is how long she is. See, here's the layers there. And I'm gonna put it on the back so you can see what it looks like in the back. See? I wanted this cocoa color because I have been looking for a unit like this for a minute, and I liked this color. I'm just gonna sit back a little bit so you guys can see her. And I really like this. I'm not really big on straight wigs most of the time, but this one I think I really like. And I was kind of hoping I would like her. Let me finish her and put her in the right place in the back here. Okay. Yeah, I do like her a lot. Yeah. If I hadn't glued her down, I could shift her. But I don't know how shifting her would look with these layers. It might look a little funny with these layers shifting her. But I really like her, and I like this color because this color you can just kind of mix up, you know, just kind of mix up really nice. This brown and blonde mixes up really nice, I think. Yeah, I like this. So I'm going to put some powder in the part. so that I can make it look like it's supposed to look. Got hair on my lipstick. Oh. Okay. Just getting the little hairs out of the way. A few little hairs here and there. But she laid down fine. No real problems there. Just trying to get some of these little hairs up. But yeah, what do you guys think of Kristen? I like her. I think she's cute. And like I said, you can wear her down like this where you've got the layers in the front. Where you see all the layers. And I mean, and she's okay like this. I think she's fine like this, but I kind of like my units to kind of go back. So, and I was really looking forward to getting her so that I could do just what I'm doing now. Just pull her back like that and see what she looks like just going back. So yeah. Whew, Outre, you know what, you're killing me because you keep coming out with these bomb wigs and you're gonna be taking everybody's paycheck. Wig heaven, that's what I'm in. This one is courtesy of Outre. Thank you so much, Outre, for sending over this unit. This one is called Lawrence, and I believe you have probably seen her before. I think a couple of people have already reviewed her, but she is one of their latest melted hairlines. She is 14 inches, and I have her in the color DR4 Frosted Honey Brown. Here is Lawrence. She's got nice curls, and the 14 inches I think is just perfect for like work. I really like this color too. It's just an interesting color. It's got the golden blonde mixed in with the brown, the medium and dark brown, so that's kind of nice. I am going to show you the inside of the cap. She's a left side part, so you know I'm happy. She has a comb on each side of the part. She has an elastic band. She has adjustable straps in the back and another comb in the back. And again, since she's melted hairline, she's supposed to already be plucked. So we're going to take a closer look at that right now. Let's see here. Is she pre-plucked? No. She is not. She has a straight line all the way across the front. So what I'm going to do is have to pluck that. I don't know what is going on with the melted hairline, but it's not melted anymore. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, she's gonna have to be plucked in order to get that straight line out of there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that off the camera. Then I'm going to come back and we're gonna talk a lot about Lawrence. Okay, you guys, just for clarity, they did go behind the main line and pluck it. So there is hair that's missing behind the main line, sort of like when you part your wig and you start pulling the hair forward and plucking backwards. They did that. So I'll give them that. They did that, but they still left this straight line across the front. And so that's what I'm going to be plucking, the straight line across the front. So I just wanted to show you that for emphasis. First impressions, I love her. First impressions, I love her. Because you know I'm a left side girl. I love the length, and I think this color is gorgeous. This color reminds me a little bit of the Java Frost. So I cut her off with the pinking shears, and she fits around to here, but over here she's a little long. So in order to make her fit, I would have to cut her like right there and then glue her down. I'm not going to cut her, I'm just going to glue her down because I may sell this wig to somebody. So let me go ahead and start this process here. Let's see. Okay, so the first thing, well, let me show you what she looks like in the back. How about that? We'll do that first. Here's what she looks like in the back. Yep. She's a nice length, really nice length. So I am just going to spray some Eben on here to keep her down in the front, I think. I don't think I'm gonna completely glue her down. I probably should have done this before I cut the lace off. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. So let me glue her back. Hold her back so I can glue her down. Okay. Alright, I'll get my hair dryer ready. Yes, this process is usually easier if you do it before you cut the lace off. I did not do that, and so here we are doing this. Okay, got her down on this side, and of course we're going to have to scrape her and all that junk. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to clean her up after I put the band on my head, but up here I don't think I'm going to glue her. When this lays down a little bit better, I will come back and finish styling her. Whew, I'm telling you, sometimes doing wig reviews can be painful. The other day, when I do a wig that has like body in it, I like to keep my hair kind of up, like not like a really flat like sleek lay. Sometimes I just like to keep my hair up. Like it comes up from the scalp. Boy, this thing got caught in the track already. Okay, we're gonna ignore that. So I like it to kind of come up sometimes. I don't like it to be completely flat. With a straight wig, I think it's probably fine to do that, because with a straight wig, you may not necessarily want it to not lay flat. With a straight wig, you probably want it to lay flat because it's a straight wig. But with a wig like this, I don't think you really need it to be completely flat around the part, because to me, God, I'm having more trouble with hair in my mouth. To me, because the hair is got body, I want that part to look a little bit more like a part would look in my own hair. All right, let me take this off. It just fell off. Okay, so it's laid down, thank goodness. It's still got its issues with the hair, you know, the crusty hair and all that. And I have to tell you, there's like hair everywhere. There's hair everywhere here. And I think it's because I plucked it. So there's hair everywhere. I just, like I said, didn't want that straight line in the front. And so I'm just putting some powder here to kind of make that look a little bit more natural. I'm not going to do baby hair, even though I saved some. I'm not going to do it. I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I don't want to make it look too like fixed, you know, because if it looks too fixed, then it's not going to look natural. And if it looks like it's been, you know, it's too perfectly worked on, then I don't think that's going to be a good thing. I think it needs to look a little bit unfixed. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense. I'm going to put some of this Garnier Fructis in this hair too, just to get some of the tangles out of it, because it's got a little bit of tangles in it. And yeah, I think hair in general just gravitates to lip gloss. I honestly believe that's the case. Okay, so yeah, this Fructis has the silicone in it, so any silicone spray will work to do this. So my thoughts about Lawrence. I think I love her. I think she's beautiful. She's pretty much my style, and if you guys have seen my videos in the past, you know what my style is. She's pretty much my style. She's the right length. She's got the swoop bang. She's got the left side part. Yeah, she's a banger for me. She's a banger for me. And I don't want to comb out the curls because I think these curls are just too fabulous. You know what this wig reminds me of? And the woman that I'm thinking of, I think her hair was straight, but she still had this like bang in her face. And I think she came out in the 40s, and I can't even remember her name, but I'll have to find it. And if I find it, I'll put it down below. But she was an actress, and she used to always wear her hair in her face like this. And it got to the point where there were so many girls that were doing their hair like that, that it became a huge trend. So everybody started wearing their hair with the bang covering over their eye like this. And so this wig really reminds me of her. And again, I'll put her name down in the bottom when I figure out what it is, but I've forgotten. But yeah, this is gorgeous. This is beautiful. And laid down, you know, you can do whatever. You can run your fingers through it, you know, on the sides or whatever you want to do. It's, yeah, this is gorgeous. This is really gorgeous. And I think I would like to get her in another color as well. So let me look and see what other colors they have. And where's my other comb? Oh, here it is. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of get that a little bit more uniform there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the other colors are DR Chocolate Swirl, which is probably the next color I'm going to get. DR2 Cinnamon Wine, the Frosted Honey Brown, which I have, DR4 Golden Honey Blonde. So there's a honey brown like this and a honey blonde. DRFF Golden Amber, which you've seen, and DRFF2 Ginger Brown, which you've also seen. So the only new color, I think, is this one I'm wearing, which is the Frosted Honey Brown. The other colors, I believe, are colors that you've probably already seen from Outre. But yeah, she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. And yeah, I would not do a lot of combing to this one. I would not like run too much of a comb through her, because you really want to keep this style. You want to keep these curls. And I just got makeup all on my melting band. I have this thing. I'm going to show you. I bought this because I used 3 different colors of Juvia's Place, and so I bought this so that I could put a little bit of each color in here and then mix it together, and I ended up getting it all over this melting band. She's a light yaki texture. She's not really silky. And like I said, these curls are just all that. These curls are just all that. They really are. And I love the color. And of course, you know, like I said, there are other colors that you can get, but this is one of the newest colors. 14 inches, so she's perfect length. I don't know what else to say except go get it. Hey, I got something top secret to tell you about, so don't stop watching. And as you saw, I do have a secret, but first, I want to shout out to Wig Types for sponsoring this video. And this particular video is on the Outre wig Mariel. She is a melted hairline wig, and if you guys saw my video on how to choose an Outre wig, you know that the melted hairline usually has some plucking in the front and it has a lace part. But it's not like the perfect hairline that lets you part it anyway. This one I believe is a left side part. She is 18 inches. She has HD lace, and I have her in the color DR Java Frost. Now I am doing this video as a collab with the Hearts and Cake 90. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Brittany. She's been on YouTube for 9 years now, this year as a matter of fact. She does clothing hauls, she does makeup, she does hair, she does all kinds of things. And she also has an Amazon storefront, so whenever she's featuring some products, you can go right there and buy those, so you want to check that out. I will link her video down in my description section. let me tell you about my secret and the reason why I have one. Here is Mariella. She's thick, but her fibers are softer than what some other wigs are. Her fibers are softer. It's kind of a yucky soft. It's not like a silky soft in my opinion. And she's got some hairs down here that are kind of hanging down, and we're going to address that later on. But what I wanted to tell you about specifically is inside. So of course she has, you know, your typical cap construction. She has a comb on each side. She has adjustable straps. She also has an elastic band. But one thing that she has that I've noticed about this wig is that she has some black knots. And yeah, you should be able to see them pretty well. As soon as this thing focuses. Yes, she has some black knots. And I don't really like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my secret weapon to get rid of them. And that secret weapon is Bye Bye Lace Grid. And this Bye Bye Lace Grid, it says it's for lace wig grids and knots eraser. So we're going to see if this erases the knots. So I'm going to put this in the part, but I'm also going to put it in the front, because along the front is where I'm really more concerned about those knots. So I'm going to put this on. I'm going to show you some video of me doing it, and then we'll talk about it on the other side. All right, ladies, so I'm going to turn this wig inside out. What I'm planning to do is I'm planning to put it along the part, and I'm going to put a piece across the front as well. So I have not used this kind of knot healer before. I usually use the kind that's just like, you know, a concealer, but I wanted to try this because I didn't want these knots, and so I want to see what's going to happen. So I'm going to speed this up, and then I can talk to you sooner, okay? This piece on this side that was under the strap, I may end up taking that off, but I just want to see what it looks like now. Okay, so what do you guys think? Here's what it looks like now. I think it's a big improvement. As a matter of fact, I'll take a screenshot of this and the one before so I can put it side by side so you can see that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to plop her on my head. And another thing about this wig, I really think she's too full and too long for me, but you know, she's okay on this side, but on this side she's, this tape kind of makes the lace kind of funny. Since I've got it so close to the edge of the lace might kind of rise up a little bit. I could probably just glue her down a little bit on one side, I guess. But anyway, before I do all that, let me move this out of the way and show you what she looks like. This is her, straight out the pack. Have not done anything to her yet. Lots of curls. Yeah, lots of curls. Let me turn around so you can see the back. Yeah, there she is. Lots of curls. Lots of hair. She's definitely big hair, don't care. I think I might try something. And I'm not really supposed to be introducing products in this video, but this other product, one of my subscribers told me about this. She's in beauty pageants, and she says that they use this to keep like their clothes in place when they're doing their walk up and down the aisle or whatever it's called. It stays body adhesive. So this is a body adhesive. So it's supposed to keep your clothes in one place. And look at this. It has a roll-on top like deodorant. And I'm thinking, wow, this is kind of interesting. So she says it comes off with water, and I actually did go to their website to make sure that, you know, it was on the up and up, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try this and see how it sticks. So I think I'll just try some of it just on this side first. So I'm assuming this is how you do it. I'm just gonna roll it on like roll-on. Oh, here it comes. Okay, here it comes. I can feel it now. Okay, so it looks kind of shiny. I'm just gonna put this wig down on it. I mean, it's sticking, and I think it's sticking enough that it's sufficient for what I'm trying to do. She's sticking. She's sticking. I mean, I didn't put it way up here, but she's sticking, well, you know, not that great, but you know, maybe you do have to put heat on it. I don't know. Maybe I'll just spray some cold air on it. I'll use my dryer and just put some cold air on it and see what happens. Yeah, no, I don't think this is going to work for me because it's not really, you know, it's not really adhering. Let me just see what it says. It says it sticks, may be used by men, women, and children to hold any article in place against your skin. It stays, is pliable, and moves with your body. It stays, washes off easily with water, leaving no stain. It says you can use it for socks, knee socks, support hose, nylons, pantyhose, shoulder straps, wigs, and toupees. So it says to simply use this, it simply roll onto the skin and press the article in place. And that's what I did. I rolled it on and I'm pressing the article in place. Maybe they don't expect it to be pulled on, and that might be the case, you know. But I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's just not, it's not like, you know, like a real, you know, glue down would be. But I mean, it'll be sufficient for this purpose. So I'll use it over here too. So I'm just gonna do the roll on thing like it said do. Ooh, it's sticky. It is, it's sticky, and I don't know how much you're supposed to use, but you know, I'm just gonna stick it down here. Like it says do, just stick it down. I don't think this is gonna be great for wigs. They didn't say anything about heat or, you know, cold air. They just said hold it down. So I wonder how long you have to hold it down because it's not sticking. One thing I have to tell you about this wig too is that it's not, it's lightweight. So if you live in a hot climate like I do, it might be okay. Yeah, I don't know whether it just takes a minute or whatever, but it just doesn't seem to be laying down to me. So I would not consider this a substitute for anything that you're currently using. So there's that. So we're gonna go back to tried and true here. And then get my blow dryer on the job. And this is not the kind of wig I don't think that really needs a complete glue down, simply because it's so full. What is going on with this thing? Now that's weird. Stops and starts when it wants to. You know, another thing I'm thinking too is that with this grid stuff underneath here, I'm wondering if that would have anything to do with the effectiveness of laying this lace down, because the grid stuff is underneath this lace. So I'm thinking that maybe people just use it for the part and don't use it in the front, because I've got it all across the front and it's not laying anything down. And I'm thinking maybe that has something to do with it. Now that I think about it, you probably can't put this grid tamer thing on here and do this. Next thing we're going to do with all of this hair is I'm going to start chopping it off. Yes, I am, because I feel like it's just way too full. It is, for me, it's too long and it's too full. So I'm gonna go get me some scissors and a razor comb, and we're gonna have some fun. So I'll be right back. Okay, I had to bring out the big guns. These are my sewing scissors, and here's the razor comb. Okay, so to me, personally for me, it's just too thick. I'm not like most people. I just kind of cut the way I cut. And I'm not like gonna even think about how I do it. I'm just gonna chop it off. Because honestly, I just need it to be shorter. For one thing, I just need to be shorter. So I'm just gonna chop it off. And it's probably gonna be uneven because I'm not the best cutter in the world. But yeah, she's just too long for me. And I mean, 18 inches I think under normal circumstances would be fine. But the fact that she's so thick, I think makes it like harder for me to deal with. So let me just go over here. And you know, you guys tell me if you already have this wig, what do you think about her? Do you like the length of her? Do you think she's cool, thick like she is? Do you think, you know, you cut her, or did you already cut her? So yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm not the queen when it comes to cutting hair. I just do it. And it is what it is. Yeah, it's going to be harder for me to do the back, but we're going to give it a go. We're going to give it a go anyway. So yeah, obviously I won't be selling this one unless somebody just wants a short wig, a shorter wig. But yeah, I personally can't deal with it. And again, I don't know what Brittany's doing. I don't know whether she's cutting hers or whether she kept hers the way it was, or because usually when we do these, even with me and Weezy, when we do wig reviews, we don't tell each other what we're going to talk about. And the reason we don't do that is because we want to be surprised. We want to be able to watch just like you guys and see what the person's done or is going to do. That's, you know, that's just as much fun for us as it is for you guys. So okay, so she's shorter. I'm liking her already. I don't know how I did with the back. There may be still some pieces back here. Let me look in the mirror. Yeah, there's still some stragglers back there I'll have to get to. But we'll get to those later. Okay, next thing. I think she's way too full. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go underneath her. This is usually the way I do it. I don't know how other people do it. And I'm gonna start getting this out of here. Wow, this hair is kind of tangly. It doesn't want the razor comb to do anything to it. And you know what too, using this razor comb, it's almost kind of brushing it out. And I really don't want to brush it out because it's kind of, I think it tends to get ratty looking when it's brushed out. But maybe because I pulled some of it up, it won't be that big a deal, so yeah. So, okay, so I'm gonna pull this back down so it's on top. It's still, you know, I didn't take a lot out because I really didn't want to make it look too flat. But I'm just gonna put some of this up and maybe even some of this. And just, yeah, because this way at least, if you cut it off, you're not, you still have the curls on the top. So you can, ooh, oh goodness, this must be the side I should be using. The knife is closer on this side than it is on that side. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna be like vacuuming for days in this house. It's taking it out on this side. Oh goodness. Okay, all right, okay. So let me just put this down. Let me put the rest of this hair down. Okay. So technically speaking, it's still thick, but I think I'd have to kind of do some more work to it to make it exactly the way I want it. But it just, thinning it out to me just really is necessary. I just think it's just too much hair, at least for me. It might, you might like the Shaka Khan look, but I'm not feeling it, especially in the summertime. Okay, now that I'm done kind of butchering up this hair, let's just talk about it. I think that she's pretty. I don't think that she's a wig that I would wear regularly because of the thickness of her. I would not brush her like you saw with this comb with the wrong side of the comb. It was starting to brush her out, comb her out. So if you're gonna cut her, I would use the short side of this thing. And make sure you lift up some curls so that you don't ruin the curls, in general, that you want to keep for underneath. As far as putting heat on her, I don't know whether flattening her like that is really what you want to do. I mean, some people like to do that, and we can do a little bit of it because mine's at the ready. I'm thinking too that maybe you could shorten some of these in the front a little bit. Let me cut these off. And then the last thing I think with this wig is that it's probably not a bad idea to put some kind of serum or mousse or whatever in it. I'm gonna put some mousse in this hair, and you watch what happens when I put this mousse in this hair. All kinds of hair is gonna come out because of that razor comb. So don't be shocked. So I'm just gonna do it all over because this has a tendency to kind of settle the hair down a little bit, so that it's not feeling like, you're in the jungle and like it's out of control. So the mousse has a tendency to kind of, bring everything together. and kind of give it a little bit of control. You see how that's doing? Yeah. So I'm going to do that on this side too. Just, yeah. Just kind of pat it in. Pat it and scrunch it, I guess you could do. Just pat and scrunch and pat and scrunch. And it will help to keep the flyaways at bay, as well as kind of give some structure to the hair. Yeah. I like this stuff, and I'll tell you what this is in a minute. You've probably already seen this before. This is the Outre olive oil hold and spray wrap mousse. So you notice that I didn't use any baby hair. I actually cut the baby hair off when I cut the lace off. The only thing that I don't really like about this wig is that some of the edges are kind of scraggly. So that's kind of why this mousse is important. So I think, you know, once she's under control a little bit more, I think she's much nicer. Let me see what's going on with this thing. I'm going to spray a little bit of this Got to Be Glued spray wax just on both sides. And then I'm just going to kind of, you know, some people like these really, really flat. I think it just depends on the hair. I mean, you want it flat enough so that the part is like seen, if you're having a problem with that. But other than that, I don't think you need a lot of it, especially with the curly wig. We're going to put some powder in the part. And yeah, we have taken Mariel through some changes today. Where my powder looks lighter now because I have this grid underneath here, and I have to pat it down. Normally it doesn't look this light, but I think because of the lightness that this grid has given to this hair, or this part rather, that's why it looks like that. Just kind of tone it down a little bit. Okay, so ladies, overall, what do you think? Do you think she's a winner? I think after I worked on her that she is, but before that, you know, wasn't really crazy about her because to me, again, she was too long. She's too thick, so I did take a little bit of thickness out of her. Not a lot, but I did take a little thickness out of her. I would probably take more out if I wore her. The texture is fine with me. She's not, I wouldn't say she was big head friendly. I would say she was regular head friendly. So, and when I say regular head, I mean 22 inches, which is what I have. She's snug, but she feels secure, put it that way. She doesn't feel like snug or tight. She feels secure. But yeah, once you put that mousse in her and you get her cut to the length you like, and you thin her out if that's what you want to do, get rid of those grids, you know, and, you know, put the mousse in her to get some control on her, I think she can be fine. And you may have already seen Miranda on some of the other vloggers' sites. She's fairly new, but you know what? Outre is dropping them like flies. They are putting out so many wigs, it's ridiculous. So anyway, this is Miranda. Here's a picture of the inside so you can see her like in different directions, but she's a right side part. I have her in the color DR2 Cinnamon Spice. This is her. I think other people have had her in Cinnamon Spice. This is what she looks like right out the pack. She's got a little swoop here going on, and she's, you know, a bob, but she's a right side. She has two combs in the front. She has the elastic band and adjustable straps. I am going to put her on my head just so we can see what she looks like real quick. I'm going to use the strap first just to see if that works, because sometimes these do for me and sometimes they don't. So let me see. Goodness. Am I even going to be able to get it on? I don't know. The strap might not work for me today. Okay, here we go. Ooh, wait a minute. Okay. I think it's supposed to be over here, Faye. Goodness, look at all this lace. I think I heard somebody else complain about all the lace on this wig. Well, you know, but they've been doing that a lot lately. Okay, so yeah, she's got a ton of lace. I still don't think she's quite right on my head, but she's got a ton of lace. She's really yucky. She's really yucky. She's not, there's nothing silky about this wig at all. She's really yucky. Yeah, she looks like she's shorter in the back than she is on the sides. Yeah, she looks shorter in the back than she is on the sides. I don't know. Seems like it. But anyway, this is what she looks like plopped on my head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away and figure out what to do with her. I may end up cutting my sides like, yeah, I may end up cutting these because of the fact that it's so far over my ear. But I'm going to show you guys that. So let's just take a look at the videotape. I just want to stop for a minute. I cannot believe that I had to cut off that much of this hair in order to make this wig's sides lay down for me. I mean, to be connected to the side of my head properly. I mean, look at this. On both sides, I had to cut this much off. And that's a lot to have to cut off of a wig, you know? So I'm just gonna continue. Okay ladies, I am back with Miranda, and again, this wig is not for the faint at heart. You are going to have to figure out how to cut her on the side in order to lay her properly so that she looks natural on you. This side is not that big a deal because of the swoop, even though I did cut it because it was long. This side is especially important because you want to make sure that when you glue her down, that she's gonna lay down properly. Let me just show you. I had to really cut her off in order to get her to lay down and then still have my own little swoop. So yeah, she's not, you know, she's not going to be easy to deal with. She is very yucky. For those of you who are not looking for a wig that's too yucky, this one is almost Nisha yucky. Not quite, but it's almost Nisha yucky. And yeah, other than that, I think she fits well. She's not too tight. I'm using the headband, the elastic band that's in there, and it feels comfortable to me. Again, I have her in a DR2 Cinnamon Spice. And yeah, this is Miranda. I have a new Outre unit for you. She is called Rosalia, and I have her in the color DRST Chocolate Caramel. I have a bone to pick with Outre, and we're going to talk about that during the review of this unit. This unit is 16 inches long, and here she is here. She's got your typical cap construction, except she's got a an elastic band inside. And see the color? You've seen this color before. It's not brand new. But I like the fact that it's got the golds and the browns and auburn and all of that kind of thing all in it. I just think that's really pretty. She's, again, 16 inches. And she is what I would consider silky. I really want to say that she's yaki silky, but she's silky. And we're going to talk about that. So the first thing I'm going to do with this unit is I am going to pluck it in the front because I don't like straight lines, as you guys know. Then I'm going to apply her and we're going to talk about it. So the first thing I'm going to do is put her on this mannequin head. Well, actually, you know what? Before I do that, I think I need to cut the sides because I tried it on once before and it was a bit too long on both sides. So I'm going to do that first. So, okay, so here's what she looks like on. She's a middle part. She's a melted hairline. So that means if you want to shift her, you're going to have to move her physically as opposed to parting her. So here's what she looks like on me in terms of the length. 16 inches. Here's what she looks like in the back. So the first thing that I noticed about this unit is that she reminds me of Valentino. She does. She's not as long as Valentino, but she kind of reminds me of Valentino. Second thing is this unit comes past my ear on both sides. So I am going to cut that. So let me make sure I got her straightened out completely so I've got her middle part right, because I am going to cut this off. And while I'm talking to you about this, or rather while I'm doing this, again, like I said, I have a bone to pick with Outre. And the thing about it is that they have been putting out a lot of units lately. Well, they always do, but they've been putting out a lot of units lately and they're categorizing them all pretty much the same. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. If you are on your computer or if you have a cell phone with you, like right now, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go to outre.com, and when you get there, I want you to click new. It's up in the right hand corner, I think. Left hand corner, right hand corner. No, left hand corner, yeah. Click new, and then start scrolling down through the units. I want you to look at, just pick any unit that you think would be yaki. A good example would be Leomi, because Leomi was pretty much yaki to me. She was the one that I reviewed last week, which was blonde and brown. Go to Leomi, and it should say yaki texture. That's what it should say. It should say yaki texture. I'm just going to cut this off here. It should say yaki texture, okay? So after you do that, I want you to go to this unit, and this unit is called Rosalia. That's good. And I want you to tell me what it says about her. Because what you're going to find is that even though Leomi was truly yaki, and this unit truly is not, Outre is categorizing both of these units the same. They're calling them both yaki wavy. And that's the problem that I'm having. Because Outre knows that this unit that I have on is not yaki. They know this unit is not yaki. And you know hair always comes off of here, so don't worry about that. They know this unit is not yaki. So yeah, so now it's going to lay down the way I want it for me to glue it down. So I'm going to take this off and I'm going to pluck it because you guys know I do that. So again, my concern is that Outre is categorizing these units all the same when they're not. And the problem with that is that if I go by that description that it says it's yaki, and I find out that it's not, like this one, that's like false advertising in my opinion. And I may, you may say, oh, Faith, you're kind of going overboard about it, but I don't disagree. I mean, I disagree with that because to me, if they say the unit is yaki, it should be. And a unit like this is not yucky like a unit like Leomi. I'm just trying to come over here so you guys can see. I'm just gonna start plucking this. So what I'm saying is, if you're going to tell me that it's a particular type of texture, be honest. Be honest with me. Don't tell me that it's silky. I mean that it's yucky when it's really silky. You know enough as a company. You know enough about units to know what's silky and what's not. You know enough to know what's yucky and what isn't. So why would you sit up here and say that this unit that I'm plucking right now is yucky when you know it's not? You know it's silky. You know it is. But you're calling it yucky. And you're comparing it to another unit that I know is yucky because I have it and I know it's yucky. So I guess that's the problem that I'm having right now, is that, and you know it's almost the end of the year where I normally do a wig wish list. That's probably going to be on my wig wish list, is this issue of calling something one thing when it's really something else. That's all I'm saying. Is I really am, I mean, it makes it difficult to purchase hair when you know, or rather when you don't know what it is that you're getting. You really don't know what you're getting. And then, you know, there's the problem of having to try and return the unit, especially if you bought it from, you know, a website. Sometimes they take returns, sometimes they don't. And you really don't want to have to be put in that position when all they really need to do is to be honest with you about the unit in terms of the texture. And, you know, I would think that as long as Outre has been doing this, that it wouldn't be an issue for them, you know? I would think that they know better by now. They know what we want. And granted, we're not the only ones that wear wigs. I'm sure there are Caucasian women and maybe African-American women who have, you know, silkier hair because maybe they're, you know, biracial or something. And I get that. But just be honest with what it is. That's all I'm saying. Just be honest with what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and pluck the other side of this. And then I'm going to come back so I can show you how I lay it down. Now I'm just going to take some mousse and try to mold this down a little bit. Oops, the way I want it. Not great with mousse, right? I'm just going to kind of mold this down the way I want it so that I can get it out of my way for when I do my lay down. So I'm just going to kind of comb it out of the way, just kind of melt it down and comb it in such a way that I'm gonna want to melt it down just a little bit, just to get it kind of to lay down the way I want it to lay down. And I'm going to use my blow dryer to just blow it a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to use some wax stick and I'm going to start laying this part down a little bit, and I'll probably still use some up here in the front. I'm going to take my hot comb and start laying it down with that. I'm doing this because I want to control the flyaways, but I'm also doing it because I'm finding that it's easier for me to lay the unit down if I do this first. It just gets it out of my face, you know, gets the hair up out of the way so that I can get it to lay down better. It just seems to do better this way, you know. And you know, and everybody does it different, obviously. Everybody has their own way of managing all of this. So over the years I've used a lot of different methods. If you've been watching me, you know. So I am going to put this on my head and try to lay it down with something. I want to try this again. I've used this before, this Esha Melt and Lace Spray, Slay, or whatever it's called. Melt Slay, whatever. So I'm going to try this. Well, actually, before I do that, I'm going to cut this lace off. So let me do that. Cut this lace off. So yeah, so getting kind of back to the topic, this hair is silky. And I just want to be able to know when I get a unit that it's what they say it is. I don't want to have to get it home and then find out that it's the wrong thing, or get it in the mail and see that it's the wrong thing. Because that, you know, then what am I going to do? You know, because I had an expectation and that expectation has not been met. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe other people feel otherwise, but I don't like to be surprised. And to me, I'm getting surprised a lot with these units not being what they say they are. Okay, so let me just put this puppy on my head. I'm going to put a little thingy around the back of it to hold it. I don't like the hair in my way at all when I'm laying a unit down. I just don't like it in my way. So I'm going to, and using this adjustable strap, sometimes it's good for me and sometimes it's not. I'm going to go ahead and go with it this time. So yeah, so see, this way it kind of keeps all the hair out of my way and allows me to get my spray on so that I can be ready to lay this thing down. So I'm going to go ahead and try to put it in the middle of my head. Then I'm just going to get my spray. Let's see, I got to pull all the lace up. Yep. Make sure the lace is all pulled up like I want it. So it's going to fit where I want it to fit when I am ready to pull it all down. So, okay. I'm going to go with this. Ugh. And I'm just going to spray this and try to dry it and make sure it works right for me. Adjust this a little bit so the hair doesn't start flying out of the way, or into my way rather. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to do this. You guys know the drill. Just going to put it as close to my hairline as possible. And spray it. And you guys know I don't spray it too long because I'm always afraid that if I do, I'm going to spray it dry. And that's not what I'm trying to do. So let me get my mirror here. And see if I can get this to work right here. Alright, so lay this down the front. Now for some reason this lace looks a little different. This lace looks a little different. It's almost like it's a little darker than what I'm used to. It's just a little bit darker than what I'm used to. But because I cut the side right where I want it, that part is working, which is what I was hoping it would do. So yeah, so it's laying down the way I wanted it to, without the hair getting all in the way. So okay, so now I'm gonna put my Silky Sax band on. Uh-oh. I forgot to put my wig grip on, but I guess it doesn't really matter because I'm not going anywhere. But already it looks good, laying just like this without even putting the band on first. But I'm going to go ahead and put it on. And lay this down. And while I have this on, I am going to show you guys, or tell you, I guess, about the different colors that this one comes in. Unless you went to that Outre site like I told you earlier. The cool thing about that, and I think I mentioned this once before, is the cool thing about going to that Outre site is that before they release units, a lot of times they'll put them there so that you can see what's coming. So this unit comes in your typical 1, 1B, and 2, and I wish they would do 4. Where's 4? I don't understand why people stop doing 4, but 4 is a really pretty brown. Okay, so then they have something called Natural Honey, and I think that's a new color because I've never heard of that one before. It's this one here, Natural Honey. Let me see if my camera can get it. Yeah, it's Natural Honey, so it's not a 613, but it's kind of like a dark 613. Then they have the DR Chocolate Swirl, which we're used to, the DR4 California. So they have a 4 root in a California Blonde, which is interesting. They have a DRST2 Chocolate Caramel, which is what I'm wearing. The DRFF Cherry Crush. I think that's not new. DRFF Golden Ginger, which is the one I believe Courtney Janine wore. And then the DRFF Orange Flame. So yeah, again, it's not yucky, even though they said it was. And if you were to put Leomi next to this unit, you would see that they are not the same. They are not the same. Okay, I'm going to find my little brush that I put my powder in. I'm going to go ahead and start that process, even though I will have to put it in the front as well. And go ahead and start this process. So, yeah. So this wasn't a difficult lay down, and I'm glad about that because I didn't want it to be. I wanted it to be something that wouldn't take a whole lot of time, and that's why I wanted to do the whole thing in front of you, because I didn't want you to think that it takes forever. This video is now 11 minutes long, and that includes my introduction and showing you the wig and all that kind of thing, so that's not bad. 11 minutes is not bad, I don't think, in terms of putting this unit on, because it would be a little less than that, right? Yeah, so really, to be honest, like I said, I just wish they would be more consistent in a lot of things, and the biggest thing to me is this texture thing, because I'm finding that I'm watching other wig reviewers and they're like, oh my goodness, you know, they said it was this and it's really that, you know, or they said it was, you know, such and such and it really turns out to be something else. And it's not cool, because we are sort of, because sometimes we'll tell you in advance if we're going to review a unit, and sometimes we'll say, ooh, she looks yucky, or she, you know, she looks this, that, or the other thing. And then if she turns out not to be that, we look bad too. because we're telling you, yeah, you know, this is going to be great. You know, when it comes, it's going to be yucky. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. And then if it turns out not to be that, you know, we've told you something that's not really true. So I'm going to wait just another minute for this. Then I'm going to take it out. So I'm going to take this thing off the back. What I'm hoping with this unit, too, is that it keeps its swoop bang, keeps it swoop, keeps the swoop that it's got in the front. You know, I like a good swoop. And this stuff is supposed to be, well, it is detangler spray in my opinion, but it also just gives a little bit of a sheen to the hair. So okay, so I'm going to take this off. We're going to see what we got. Sometimes this stuff gets stuck to the hair and it really drives me crazy. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. What do you think? Let me move this mirror so you can get more light. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. And I haven't even used any like alcohol or anything to clean it up because it really doesn't seem like it needs that. Look at that. It turned out really well. So I'm just going to brush this through. I'm going to brush this through. And I may try to lay the front, not the front, but I may try to do something to the part here in a minute. And you guys know I never do middle parts. I'm not a middle part person at all. And since I didn't pull this down in the back, I'm gonna go ahead and hook it up now. I usually wait and not put this comb in the back in here. I got that from WIGS because WIGS says if you lay your wig down, you shouldn't put that back thing on, you know, that back comb under your hair yet until you've laid it down. So I'm gonna see if I can get this to do a swoop like she has hers in the picture. Yeah, it's swooping. I think I put a little bit too much Bobo Cerami on it, so it's kind of wet. I've got it a little bit wetter than I probably should have. But even though she's silky, and I mean, granted, the more I comb her out, the more I brush her out, she's not like crazy silky. But she's definitely silky. And it seems like the more I comb her, or brush her rather, the thicker she's becoming, which is probably a good thing. Maybe that's where they get the whole yucky thing from, I don't know. But yeah, what do you guys think? I think she looks good. Let me back up. This is like Valentino almost. This really reminds me of a Valentino type unit. But I think she's really, really pretty. Hope you are enjoying the Melted Hairline Marathon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And today I have on a wig that I truly love, and this one is called Sabrina, and it is also by Outre, the company that brought you all the thick Nisha wigs. This one is really thin, so if you like really thin wigs, you might like this one. This one is in the color DRFF Chocolate Truffle. Why they call it chocolate truffle, I don't know, because there's no chocolate in here. When I looked at this wig really close up, and I'm going to let you look at it too. Matter of fact, let me do this. I don't see any chocolate in this wig. I see blonde, I see auburn, I see a little teeny bit of brown, and the dark root, of course, but no chocolate. I'm not seeing any chocolate. Oh, and I saw 3 other people do this wig in this color. It was Kyra Sean, Body by Kira, and Sean Dism 101, and I think the color looked different on every single one of them, so yeah. Maybe it's just one of those kinds of wigs, but anyway, I do love it, and I love the color even though it's not really chocolate. Oh, and you know who looks fabulous in this wig? You have got to go check out Melanin Kit Kat. Oh, Melanin Kit Kat had this wig on in the color this woman is wearing, and let me just tell you, she knocked it out the park with that color. She looks so beautiful in that color next to her skin. It was just fabulous. I know you're not supposed to be talking about other people's channel on your channel, but hey, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due, okay? So let me just show you some pictures about what this wig looks like with the basics on the inside. As you can see, it has one comb on the, I don't know which side of that part it is, but there's one comb there. It has the adjustable straps, as usual, regular cap, mesh cap, and this cap is pretty comfortable. It's I have a 22-inch head and it feels comfortable to me. I will also show you that I started to lay it down after I cut off the lace because I wanted to use my bedhead hardhead because I really like that, and so I laid it down just on the one side, but I realized when I was starting to lay it down that the hair line goes all the way past my ear. I guess that's why they were calling it sideburns, so I had to cut those puppies off because they were too long, and I just pulled a little bit of my own hair out on the side. So yeah, so I did glue it down just a little bit, but not much. And even though this lace is supposed to be a melted hairline, it's sort of like that for me. I mean, and being a fair-skinned woman, it works pretty well for me, but it was still a tad bit too light, so I had to put some of my Fit Me 332 powder in the part, which I did. And this part was a little erratic looking to me. It wasn't like they did a good job making the part. It was like somebody was nervous or something when they did it. So the part doesn't look like as straight as it should. For a lace part, you kind of want it to be like straight, right? Or else you're gonna make your own in a front lace wig, right? Anyway, let me show you the back of her. Here's the back. She's medium length, and now she works. Rashawn called her PTA hair, and I guess you could call it PTA hair, but yeah, it's got this beautiful swoop bang. And she's great for every day. And oh, my husband, he loves this wig. He saw me in this wig today and he said, okay, when you're done, hurry up. I'm like, okay, buddy, I'll be there. So anyway, that means I got to go. Ladies, I have Seline in the color DR Ginger Brown. Not a brand new color, but I thought she looked really pretty in this color. Here she is. I've already plucked the hairline because I still felt like it needed plucking. Again, she's 22 inches long and lots of curls. The first impression of Seline for me is that she looked kind of dry, so I had to put some of my Bubbles Remy in her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the lace and I'm going to put her on my head and we're going to talk about her on the other side, okay? So stay tuned. Seline is from the Melted Hairline collection and I have her in DR Ginger Brown. She has really thick hair. It's really dense, like Nisha dense, and she has a part on the side. Inside she has two combs in the front, a comb in the back, adjustable straps, and she actually does have an elastic band as well. All right, here we are with my girl. You've already seen the specs, so I'm just going to go ahead and put her on my head. First impression, she is big head friendly. She's definitely big head friendly, and oh my goodness, you know, I kind of had a feeling this was going to be the case. She is a serious Nisha. Look at this. I mean, she's a serious Nisha. And not that that's a bad thing. It's a bad thing for people who don't like Nisha, but she's a serious Nisha. She is thick, and it's funny, even though it says that she's 22 inches, I'm serious, she's got to be longer than that. She seems a lot longer than 22 inches to me, because I'd still cut about 4 or 5 inches off of this puppy because she just seems really long to me. She's thick, she's luxurious. Let's show you what she looks like in the back. Yeah, she's got to be longer than 22 inches. Don't you guys think she's longer than that? She's got to be longer than 22 inches. I'm not going to glue her down. She goes a little bit past my ear on one side. And yeah, she's past my ear on this side too. So when you get her, if you have a 22-inch head, you're probably going to have to clip her around the ears because she goes past my ear on both sides. She is a left side part, which is the one redeeming quality that she has, in my opinion, is that she's a left side part. But she's beautiful. I mean, there's nothing that's not beautiful about this unit. I mean, honest to goodness. My fear right now is brushing her because I'm afraid that if I brush her, she might like lose whatever it is she's got. So we're just gonna take a little section of the hair and we're gonna brush that and see what happens. Okay, now I brushed it and it looks to me like it's lost whatever it is it had. So I don't know that I want to do that with the rest of this hair. So I'm thinking that I'm just going to finger it. I've already put my Bubbles Remy in it, so I'm just going to put my fingers through it. I'm not going to, you know, brush it out because I'm afraid that that I'll lose whatever's here. Yeah, and even doing this, it looks like she's kind of losing some of her curls. So this would be a wig that you'd want to put curlers in. You'd want to put curlers in this unit. So yeah, and you may even want to do like I saw Beauty by Kat do. She sometimes straightens hers just completely out because I believe the wig that she did that to, what was the name of that wig? It came out recently. It was another Outre wig. It came out recently and it had curls similar to this one, and she just flattened them all out with her curling iron, her flat iron. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, she's gorgeous. You can't deny that. She's a gorgeous wig. I'm going to put some powder in the part of this one as soon as I find my brush. Oh, there it is. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I have been busy today with wig reviews and other things. But yeah, this wig is gorgeous. More than likely, if she stays in my collection, she will get cut. She will get cut at least 4 inches because she's just too long. But what I want to focus on is that this DR Ginger brown color looks absolutely fabulous with this unit. Absolutely fabulous. And the density of this unit is nice and thick. And I always say that when I'm going to get a human hair wig that I want to have a thick density. This is the kind of density that I would want and expect in a human hair wig. Not all of them come in that density. Some of them are 130, which is the thinnest that I've seen. And then I think 200, 250 is probably the highest. This wig, if this was human, would probably be about 200, 250. It's nice and thick. But yeah, it's beautiful. I love the swoop bang, and it's funny because this style is really my thing. I love this style. I love the swoop bang, the left side part, the density. You always hear me say that if I get a wig that I want it to be that way. I want the density, I want the left side part, and I want the swoop bang, because that's really what I really love. So yeah, but I'm still thinking maybe about here. Yeah, maybe about here I would cut her if I was to keep her. But the thing is, I have several wigs that I have kept that are similar in style. Like for instance, Begonia comes to mind. Begonia is like this, and she's not as long, and she's not as dense, I don't think. This is Nisha dense, really, and she's not that dense, but she's dense enough that she really gives you a nice look. I don't really have a whole lot to say about her, but as far as rating her, I'm going to give her a 4. And I'm giving her a 4 because of the length. And the density I think is good, but it's a little bit thick for me. Just a tad bit, not a lot, just a tad bit thicker for me than I would like. I would like it to be a little bit more lighter yaki than it is now. I would like it to be just a tad bit lighter in a yaki than it is now. But again, this could be perfect for you. I'm speaking from not only my age, but I'm also just speaking from what I like. And you know, you watch all kinds of reviews and everybody's got their own opinion about what they think about a wig. So yeah. Now I think I've seen one person review this unit, and I think that was Wigs to Wonderlust, or Wigs and Wonderlust. I always say her name wrong. This unit is 18 inches long, and I have her in the color ginger brown. This is what she looks like. I haven't had a ginger brown unit in a long time, but this is what she looks like. This color is, you know, pretty typical for Outre. So this one does have a left side part, which I like, of course. She's got 2 combs in the front, comb in the back, adjustable straps, and she has an elastic band. So I am going to put her on and see what she looks like initially, and then I will decide what I'm going to do to her, because I'll probably end up plucking her. So okay, so here she is. She's got a lot of baby hair, looks like. Don't need that, but yeah. So this is her, just plucked on my head. I saw a girl on TikTok with her on, and in this color, and I really liked this color, so I thought I would get this color to show it to you guys. So let me show you what it looks like in the back. There it is in the back. I doubt very seriously if it's going to stay this curly once I start putting my brush to it. And the lace looks pretty good, but I really do feel that I'm probably going to have to pluck the top of this, you know, the border line, because of the fact that it's It's straight. And I don't know if I'll have to cut this around my ear. I might have to, but I don't know. Maybe not. It doesn't look like I'll have to do that. So yeah, well, on this side it looks like I definitely have to cut it over my ear. But yeah, so I am going to go away and cut the lace off. I'll just show you the results of it, and then we'll talk about it on the other side. Her, as you can see, I plucked her and I used some mousse to kind of lay her down, as well as a wax stick, and then I used my hot comb. So that's usually what I do before I put the unit on my head, because I want to make sure that I am going to have all the hair out of the way so that I can lay it down properly. So let me see how this is going to look here. I'm going to put this on. Now again, I'm not going to pull it all the way in the back because I don't want I don't want it to like raise up before I lay it down. So it looks pretty good right now. It looks good without me even, you know, gluing it down. So I may not even glue it down because it looks pretty good the way it is. But I pulled out some hair on both sides so that if I do lay it down, I'm finding that it's easier for me to like pull some of the hair out and hold it. I've seen, I think it was Miss Chrissy do this. She pulls it out and holds it so that when she glues it down, it stays down on the side as far as like gluing it down. So if I decide to glue it down, I'll be doing it like that. I'll put the spray on and then just hold it. So hold the hair down so that this piece of lace stays down on this side. So same on this side. I did not cut it over my ear. I think it really needs to be cut over my ear. So I'm just going to turn it just a little bit. And yeah, on this side, I think it's going to be okay without me cutting it over my ear. I think I'm just going to let it be. But on this side, I think, well, actually, no, now that I've moved it, it doesn't look like it really needs much movement. I mean, much cutting. So I think where it is where I want it right now. So I'm going to take some of this hair and move it out of the way with this, this thing. And yeah. So there it is right there. So I'm not sure whether I really feel like I need to cut it over my ear. I don't think I'm going to do that. But all in all, I think it looks good. Even if it's not laid down, I think it looks good. So instead of laying it down right now, I'm just going to run a brush through it because I think it looks really good now. The way it is, I think it looks really good. So I'm going to get a wide brush. I've already sprayed it with some of this Bobos Remy, and this Bobos Remy is Natural Aragon Leave-In Conditioner. It's a little bit different than my other Bobos Remy, which is the one that's the heat protector, and that's the one that I usually use for detangling. So I'm just going to run this brush through this hair a little bit because I don't want to lose the waves that are in this hair, so I don't want to do too much brushing with it. So I'm going to do the same thing back here and brush it out on the side here. I love the texture of this unit. This is a light yucky texture for sure. And I love the texture of this unit. I brushed most of the hair out that came out when I plucked it so that I didn't have a lot to do when I came back to you guys. So I really like this unit. I think she's really pretty. Yeah, I think she's really, really pretty. And again, I love the fact that the lace looks so good. It looks really, really good. So I'm going to hold it down so that I can brush it back a little bit because I'm going to see if I can do a little swoop bang with this part of the hair. It looks to me like it's conducive to that. So I'm going to just do a little swoop bang right here. Yep, just like that. Yep, yep. So I think that's really good. That looks really, really good. I think that looks really, really good. So yeah, so there's not a whole lot else to tell you about this unit. Let me show you what she looks like in the back. I think this ginger brown color is really, really pretty. And again, I saw another woman on TikTok who had this unit on in this color. It's kind of bouncy, I guess you could say. It's kind of bouncy. It's thick. I have a 22-inch head, and with the strap, the elastic band, it's a little tight. It's a little snug. But I also have on a wig grip with my cap, so that might have something to do with it too. But it feels a little snug on my 22-inch head with this elastic band. Now, if you decided to take out the elastic band and not wear it, that might work. So what I'm gonna do now is I need to get my brushes so that I can put some powder in this part. Y'all know me, you know I ain't never prepared. So I'm gonna take my Fit Me powder and I'm just gonna put some powder in this part here so that it looks a little bit more realistic than it looks right now. And that's it. Yep, that's it. That's all I'm doing. And if I decided to wear this out and I didn't want to glue it down, I could do that. I could wear it glueless because it looks pretty good, long as I keep the hair in front. If I decide to throw it behind my ear or whatever, then it would be better to lay it down. But honestly, I think that it plucked really easily. Using the mousse and the wax stick and the hot comb to basically prepare the lace for lay down really works best for me. And that's the way this looks now. What I'm gonna do now is just show you some video of me styling Sabrina, and then we'll come back. Ladies, that was probably one of the easiest glue downs that I've had in a long time. This wig looks really, really natural. I'm really glad that I did this different method, because before I was not using the Got to Be glue, and this is the Got to Be glue that's the old version everybody used to use, but it's that new and improved selection. So yeah, so it's the old one, but it's the new one. And then of course I used my Eben spray, the black can, which I really like, and together they worked really, really well to lay this wig down. So if you guys are interested in either one of those products, they are in my Amazon store. Oh, looks like I'm lifting a little bit. They're in my Amazon store, so go and check that out. I'm just gonna cut this off real quick, and then we can keep it moving. There we go. Yeah, okay. All right, yes, sometimes these glue downs are just a work in progress. But anyway, I also wanted to share with you really quickly this Il Makiage lip gloss that I got a while back. It's red, and I never wear red. So I'm gonna put this color on. This color is actually called, I can't even read it. I don't have my glasses on. When I figure it out, I'll put it down the bottom. But anyway, it's really, really red. And since I have this red sweater on, I thought I would put it on. So we'll see what it looks like. It's red. It's red. It's pretty. Like you could get a lot of it on you. It's really thin. But I like it. And I'm gonna take this mented lip liner, because I use a lot of mented lip liners. I'm gonna just take this mented lip liner, because this feels like it's drying matte. So I'm just gonna line it a little bit. Yeah, that's cool. And then of course, if you want to put some gloss over it or something like that, you could do that. Matter of fact, I may go and grab one real quick and then we'll get started. This gloss is by Revolution. It's called Shimmer Balm, and I'm just going to put a little bit of this on. It has a really, really thick rabbit's foot. And I'm just going to tap it. Yeah, nice and shimmery. Okay, I think we're ready to get started. And I hope you guys really like Saveda. I think she's a great unit. And if you guys are interested in picking her up, I'll put the information down in the description section. I did not tell you what color she is. I have DR2 Maple Brown, and I'll put that down in the description section too. So this I purchased with my own coin, so I don't have anybody to thank for sending it to me. And I'm glad that I got it because not only was she a really easy install, especially since I changed my method, but I just love the way she looks. I think this is a really nice, mature woman hairstyle. And the reason I'm doing this video, as you probably saw from the title, is that I did a video not long ago where I called it the Lace Glue Down Blues because I was really having a hard time trying to really get the technique down. If you also watched my video in Asheville, you saw that Wheezy Wig Reviews, bless her heart, she laid my wig down for me when we were in Asheville. So since then, I have discovered a few things about laying my lace down, especially for my skin color. So there's a couple things I'm going to mention. The first thing I'm going to mention is your skin color does matter when it comes to some of this lace, because some lace works for light-skinned women, some lace only works for dark-skinned women, some lace doesn't. So it's kind of a crapshoot in terms of the lace. And everybody says they're HD, everybody says they're transparent, but that's not necessarily the case. And you guys probably already know that. You guys had asked me to review Outre Toriana, and that's this wig. And I have her in the color DR Cinnamon Mocha. And I think I had mentioned to you that the reason I got this color is because I was reviewing Kamiyah once in this color and I liked it, but the wig was longer. This one is shorter. Let me show you what she looks like in the back. She's shorter, and I like that. She's kind of an odd length because you kind of have to keep her up front, but then you've got these swoops on the side, so it's a little bit odd. And some people may not like that, so they probably cut it. I'm going to show you some video of what this wig looks like on the inside, and then we'll come right back. This is Outre Toriana, and I have her in the color DRFF Cinnamon Mocha. She is 16 inches long and what I would consider a medium yaki texture and a middle part. Inside she has 2 combs in the front, a comb in the back, adjustable straps, and an elastic band. Okay, now that you've seen what she looks like on the inside, which is your basic cap construction, I want to talk a little bit about how I prepared her to get her to look like she looks now, which is really, really good. First of all, I discovered that if the wig does not fit me ear to ear, like this one, if it doesn't fit me ear to ear, that's gonna be a problem for me when it comes to laying it down. This particular wig went a little bit further past my ear, so I just took some scissors and I cut over my ear. You've seen people do that. I cut over my ear, and it was easier to do with this wig than it is with some others, because when I put this wig on my head, even before I laid it down, the lace laid down on my head, ear to ear. I could just put this wig on my head and the lace just sat there without puckering up or being too big or flying out or any of that kind of thing. And so that helped. Because of the fact that the wig laid flat, all I did was I took my Eben, this black can, and I sprayed on top of the lace. I put the lace where I wanted it on my head, where I wanted it to be. I didn't like push it back. I put the lace exactly where I wanted it to be on my head, and then I sprayed just a little bit of this and kind of rubbed it in on top of the lace all the way around, just in the front. So I just sprayed a little bit all the way around just to make sure I saturated this front part of the lace, just the part that's here, from here to here, just this, you know, just that. And after I did that, instead of getting out the blow dryer, I got my Silky Sax band. And I just laid that band, after I had all my hair pulled back, and that's another thing that you have to really make sure that you do. All this hair was pulled back and up so that I could take this elastic band, lay it exactly flat so that it went exactly flat on the front part of this. That's very important. It needs to be exactly flat on this part that you want to hold down. And if you can put it behind your ear and do it, that's even better, because it just needs to be exactly flat. And if it's not, while it's holding down, it's gonna mess it up. It's not gonna go where you want it to go. I used to just kind of pull it down and put it over my hair, and no, that doesn't work. So you really have to get it exact in order for it to lay down properly. And because I did that, when I took the Silky Sax band off, it looked like this. Nice and flat, no, what do you call it, residue. It didn't get cakey or anything like that, because I just put a little bit all the way around and then just put the band on, no heat. So that's what really works for me. So I'm saying that to say that not every single wig is going to work that way. This particular wig worked that way. My Harper wig, the one that Weezy laid down for me in Asheville, I have two colors of that wig because that wig also lays down for me like this one does. So the key I'm finding is not necessarily that I'm not that great at this. What it really is that I have to have the right wig with the right lace for my skin color as well as fitting my head. So that's what I learned. So that's why this is part 2 of my lace glue down blues, because this actually was my solution that I found. So there are going to be wigs that come along that do not fit my head. Even if I cut them over my ear, they still may pucker up like that XRS Beauty wig did for me. Puckered up so horribly on me because it didn't fit my head. So I'm finding that if the wig does not lay down like this, and I'm not able to use just this to lay it down, then it's probably not the wig for me. And that's important because you don't want to spend your coins on something you're not going to wear or that you can't wear, that you're going to have to sell to somebody or whatever. So that's important. So what I try to do, and this might be something that you might want to try to do too. If you buy a wig, they are returnable if you don't wear them and if you don't cut anything off or alter them. So my suggestion to you is if you buy a wig online from some company, put it on your head as is. Don't take the lace off or anything. Pull that lace down to the point where you think you would be able to glue it down, and then just see how it fits. If it fits like it's gonna go ear to ear, even if you have to cut some of it off, if it fits like it's gonna go ear to ear, then you're good. You can keep that wig and lay it down properly. If it's way big, if it's way little, if the lace doesn't, you know, feel like it's like even on both sides or whatever, all of those things matter, because it's going to be perfectly perfect if it fits you and you can do what I said. If you can do that, if you can lay that thing down and put a little bit of the ebon on and put this on in such a way that it's lays completely flat on your head, it's going to look good every time. And I found that to be the case because the 2 wigs, like I said, that I've been able to successfully do that with is this one, this Outre Toriana, and the Bobbi Boss Harper wig. I think Bobbi Boss had another wig called Kamiyah, and she was the same way. I was able to do that with her. Sometimes the actual wig manufacturer makes a difference. Bobbi Boss wigs usually work well for me in terms of the lace. If it's one of those HD glueless lace wigs, or if it's a 13x4, 13x7, whatever, if it's glueless, or if it's just HD. If it says that it's glueless or HD, usually Bobbi Boss wigs will fit me. Not only fit me, but the lace will just melt on my head, and I don't have to put any tint on it. But again, that's my skin color. Bobbi Boss's wigs may be too light. Their lace may be too light for other people, but for me, their lace is perfect for my skin color. So I can use the Bobbi Boss wigs, those HD wigs especially, and not have a problem. Some Outre wigs are not great for me. Some Outre wigs are the wrong color. Some Outre wigs I have to tint, like I had to tint Priscilla. Loved that wig, could not deal with the lace, had to tint it. So, and usually I don't have to tint anything, but that one was really ashy even on me. So yeah, so it just depends. So I would suggest again that you try before you completely buy because you can always return that wig if you do not alter it. And if all you do is try it on and see if it doesn't fit, put that sucker back in the bag and psh, off it goes. So, okay, so ladies, that's what I wanted to share with you. I hope you like Toriana. I think she's a beautiful wig. I love her in this color. And I'll probably get another one in this color. But yeah, just make sure you use those tips and you should be good to go.